why that line exists. It was just some very, very bored Valve employee who was just like, can I just slip this in?
It's important to the canon.
Have you guys seen the video of the Valve employees like steadily just falling apart due to deadline pressure and whatnot?
I have not seen that.
I can't remember what game it was for, but apparently Valve employees during one of the I can't remember if it was, I think it was Half-Life 1 if I'm correctly. And just the number of comments that they left just going, why are we doing this? How does this work exactly? Like just steadily going crazy. It is very entertaining. The madness of programmers trying to sort out freaking some other idiot's deal. Wow. If everyone's here, I think it's probably a good time to get started.
Someone give me your
Okay, Theo, I got this. I got this.
You just didn't even do all that much.
So we were
problem because
we were traveling. We were traveling. We had to avoid the cursed moon. We ended up at that evil castle of eternal peril, where there were the evil laboratories that you investigated. There was Necromancer Man. He was kind of a dick, and by that I mean we barely spoke to him, so I hate him. Then
okay, never mind. I now remember it with the skeletons and like the
there we go.
Monster.
Yeah. Okay, see, I'm a recap expert.
Yeah.
You say just enough for everyone to remember.
Yeah, I let the imagination do the rest.
The iceberg theory. I like it.
Well, no, I hate icebergs.
I don't even like lettuce.
So you know the thing that sank the Titanic?
Yeah,
It's one of those.
You take a whole boatload of questions, right? Package them up together,
And then run them into an iceberg.
yeah. But only answer one, and then send them all to the bottom.
Okay, but where does lettuce come into this?
Help me remember.
Because all your questions are gone. All that remains is knowledge.
All that remains is left.
Shut up.
So, if I remember correctly, we ended in the morning after Gouvet was forcefully told
Accosted,
that
yes.
you missed something.
And I'm gonna miss even more today because I'm in an even worse mental state. Woo!
You were solving a mystery.
That's right, Theo.
Yeah, we didn't realize we were solving a mystery until after we had failed at solving the mystery.
We got Blue's Clues so hard.
Yep.
Now I need to start heading back to the castle.
Johnny and I are both sitting on 2 levels of exhaustion.
And we're going back to the land of sleeplessness.
So somehow we have to get
Is
back
there-
into the castle and then also find what we're looking for.
Is there a death level of exhaustion?
Yes.
Yes, 6.
6.
So
we've
generally you
we've got
have to
4
kind of
days.
be attacked by something dealing exhaustion damage because otherwise you get knocked out at 5, I believe.
Yeah,
also
5, your
environmental
speed
effect.
becomes 0. So unless you're really stubborn and just want to stay up.
I mean, exhaustion, like environmental effects, like heat exhaustion, can still get you.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't really like do it to yourself without
Yeah, you can't stay awake to death.
outside. Yeah,
So we've got 3 days, Jake.
Pretty much.
Is that how that works? But I want to be left alone. No, I'm gonna be honest, champ.
I mean, in real life, you actually can stay awake to death, but apparently,
Yeah,
you're
but even that's
forced to
pretty
fall
difficult.
unconscious at a certain point. I mean, it's difficult. It's not impossible.
Yeah, but like most people will, their body will eventually just go, "All right, you're done, dumbass," and conk you out.
for the same reason you basically can't hold your breath to knock yourself out. But,
Well, you can. You just can't hold your breath to kill yourself.
so, yeah, time to walk back to the castle to apparently find the thing you missed.
Yeah. So, do we have any ideas on how we're going to get back in? Because that guy didn't really like visitors, and I believe the subtext when we left was "and stay fucked off."
Perhaps if we offer to not talk to him at all.
Yeah, I mean, we don't really need to talk to him at all, so that would also just be the truth.
Mm-hmm.
If I remember correctly.
Johnny looks visibly uncomfortable.
I hate that we have to return there, but
I mean, one of the things that you're not considering is they are demons. They could just be bullshitting you for fun.
That's actually something Johnny's thinking about. He's like, how much does he trust the second-hand
Hey,
word of
could you go turn around?
Yeah, here's the thing. I would believe that, except for how angry they seemed at me.
Yeah.
Seemed genuinely annoyed by the fact that I'm a fucking idiot.
It could be that the demons are trying to take us off the scent.
Mm-hmm.
They found a
What
clue?
demons?
The ones Geve's been cavorting with.
Cavorting with, yeah.
Been cavorting with demons. Nice.
I don't think anything that I've really done. I haven't cavorted with in a while. I've been talking to them, but not cavorting.
Yep.
These ones don't really like to cavort. But they also don't try and drown me, so that's a plus.
I apologize if I'm a little out of it today, by the way. I'm very tired.
Same
And-
here.
We could find somewhere for you two to sleep before we go back.
That would be appreciated.
And we're only like a day away at this point, right?
Yeah.
And we'll just travel part of the day back and then just fucking rest up, you two.
I mean, if this is urgent, shouldn't we just keep going?
How many fucking days have we been on this thing's trail at this point? How quote unquote urgent can we call it?
I mean, if it wasn't urgent, we wouldn't have sprinted in a straight line for as long as we did.
Have we been sprinting?
We've been going pretty quickly.
Guys have been moving at a normal travel rate.
Yeah, it's not like we've been doing a forced march or anything. And we've also like stopped over and stayed in town slightly longer than we've needed to. So it's not like we've been hard gunning it the entire time. And I think losing some time is worth you two not looking like you're a foot in the grave.
Hey, I looked worse than this, I'll have you know. Felt worse than this too before.
Yeah, but usually that involves you being covered in blood, except this time you're
No,
not,
no,
and
I
you
just
still
mean-
look awful.
I just mean from just being as tired as I am. You know that I've never slept during a cursed moon?
Why?
Now I do.
It's I can't sleep, and even if I could, I wouldn't. I don't like it.
You're just making yourself weaker when the curse moon finally comes to get you.
Maybe, but at least it won't
And
catch me
we've seen
sleeping.
it try.
Yes, we have, in fact.
So I'm not going to sleep through it trying to get me.
On fucking multiple occasions. Actually, has been on multiple occasions.
I believe it's only happened the once so far.
Yeah, it happened in the cave.
Mm-hmm.
Cave sucked.
I kind of didn't recognize that happened, and I was reminded of it last week.
Just as kind of a note, that has never happened to any of you at any other time.
Yeah.
You've lived at this point probably hundreds. Yeah.
Depends on which one.
Bit over 100, I believe.
Yeah. Quite a few though over the years. So I mean it's a monthly occurrence almost.
Yep. But I've been in a coma for every single cursed moon until the campaign started.
Do you think the cursed
I've
moon
seen
is...
none of them.
Do you think cursed moons are like you know, the monsters under the bed? Like if you have no roof but you're under the covers, it can't get you.
Don't think anyone has tested that.
I bet it can't.
Alright, team. We gotta find a place with no roof and a bed with covers.
One of those things should be real easy to find here.
Yeah, this place doesn't have a roof. Yeah, we don't need to stop. I'll be fine.
Suit yourself then. Back to the castle.
Mm-hmm.
The fuck are you guys doing back here?
Yep. I mean, it takes you the day to get back, so.
Yep.
But as before, it comes into view. However, it does not seem like Rhea is on patrol, as you are not greeted at distance.
That's
Lucky. That means we can break in.
+6 on stealth.
See, I have disadvantage on stealth, which is OP because that just means that my disadvantage from being exhausted is irrelevant.
This is true.
I'm too smart.
Brain too large. So, Theo, just for interest, like, how often do you actually listen to yourself?
I mean, it depends on what you mean by listen. I am aware that I am saying words.
Are you, like, aware of what the words are, though? Or do they just kind of spill out, and it's like, yep, that happened, I guess?
So, maybe for some perspective, as a child, right, there was kind of this, I don't know, this kind of challenge in which you would, in which you would try and say things without thinking about them in your head before you said them.
All right.
And so me and Sebastian would do that for like hours.
That explains a lot.
That's the end of that story, by the way.
Yep.
Yeah, I figured based off of the silence. And that there are no more details forthcoming.
What if it wasn't the end of the story though, and he was just like waiting for
What if-
someone to
Honestly,
start talking?
What if
I
Sebastian,
still wouldn't be that surprised, given that's Theo.
What if Sebastian was thinking the whole time about this?
What if Sebastian wasn't even real?
I was way better at that than he is.
Yeah.
So, yeah. You guys have arrived at the castle a little bit before the sun.
What, what do you mean, Theo? Like, stream of conscious, just say the words without. Like, what do you mean? Like, how do you do that?
I don't know. You kind of just have
Honestly-
to empty your mind and start.
I,
like you can kind of do it just a normal conversation. Like I wasn't thinking like, oh, you empty your mind. I just said that.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
Well, 'cause-
speak before you think about what you're about to say.
Well, you
But
don't.
when you're trying to do it, it's a lot harder sometimes.
I guess my question is, do you think in words? Because, like...
Do you not?
What do you think? Like when I'm
Lumpy
thinking,
only
like,
thinks in
how-
pictures.
how am I gonna
Pictograms?
solve this math problem, right? And I'm like,
Okay.
okay, well, the variables are C and B, right? I'm usually
Okay.
thinking the words, the variables are C and B, right?
Like, the actual... Like, the variables are C and B?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, for math, it's math is a picture because you're just moving pieces around. It's more of like
Huh?
a jigsaw with numbers and letters.
I don't agree with that at all.
Like a math equation isn't like a sentence.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, but you can read it like a sentence.
You can, yeah.
I can think of
That's
so
just
many other math
not how-
teachers, Lumpy, that would disagree with you on the spot.
No, I'm not walking around saying that this is how like.
Find the derivative of
ought to be
4x
done.
plus
Guys, look,
2.
it's live footage of Lumpy doing a math problem.
Yeah, actually.
Like, that's more accurate than me thinking the words 2 plus 2 equals x.
Well,
Right.
you
Like,
know,
I
you
don't
can think
think
about
Okay,
it.
but that's a very
2
simple
plus
thing,
2.
though.
Yeah,
If you're trying to fucking find the derivative of x cosine tangent, like,
I'd write that
That-
down. Like, what do you mean?
no, everyone knows you have to do mental math until you
So
fuck it
like
up.
2
and you're
plus 2 equals x. Like in my head, the 2's squish together, and then it's 4 equals x.
Yeah, in my head, I just go, the answer is 4. I just skip
Yeah,
all the
that-
middle. I don't
that
think of
just
all the
kinda-
process.
yeah.
The students I work with are really bad at algebra, so I've been doing a lot of simple algebra recently.
Is 2 plus 2 simple algebra?
It's mostly like
To some
uh,
people,
like
yes.
2x minus 12 equals 10. And they go, all right, so I minus 12 from both sides. Then I have to be like, no,
No.
you add 12.
They're fucking morons.
Also, Theo, as far as what you mean by just kind of stream of conscious talking, I fully understand that. Because I will occasionally just do that with insults.
No, that is when I stream of consciousness talk as well. It's just insults. Sometimes you just got a custom combo.
Yeah. For me, it's
there,
like,
there have been
when
multiple
I'm
conversations
asking
in
a
the past
question.
week.
yeah, like if I'm asking or answering a question, I'll probably think about what I'm asking or what I'm answering. But if I'm not, I'm just saying words. Like you come home and someone goes, "How was your day?" and you say "good." It's not like it's just a reflex, you know. It's the word that goes in that conversational slot, so you just say it.
Imagine reflexively saying good and
So-
not just saying it went.
So this would be kind of like that, except for instead of just like responding to something, you were just saying things that may or may not have any relevance to what is going on.
So, without really listening to the words you say, I just say words.
Yeah. Usually, it's still like usually connected words.
Yeah, have you like listened to him do this shit? Like, how is this like? This makes so much sense to me. Hearing that this is a thing he's done for a while.
Yep.
I guess I just don't get how this is different than making conversation.
Making conversation, what you say usually has relevance to what has been said beforehand. Whereas in
Yeah.
this case, it does not.
And you usually want to consider whether or not what you're about to say doesn't immediately cause everyone around you to go, huh?
Yeah.
Or react
Also-
in horror, depending on
Yeah.
what it is.
Also, if you are actually like having an in-depth conversation and not just kind of making small talk, then usually you will have to think at least to some extent about what you are saying.
Hmm.
Whereas if you're just making small talk, then that usually just comes and just goes instantly.
Yeah.
Because nothing of what you're saying actually has much substance. You're just trying to pass the time through speech.
Fuck
Mhm.
small talk.
Yep. It is
That's
boring
my-
and dull, and we can throw it out anytime.
That's my contribution to this discussion.
So,
Sorry for
about
saying.
that castle.
Yeah.
Fucking hate English. Yeah, castle.
What is the plan?
Good question.
At this point, the plan seems to be: we go up, we say, "Hey, can we look around a little bit more?" And they go, "What? No." And we go, "Oh, okay." And then we break in 5 minutes later.
Yeah, that sounds probably like what the plan is going to be.
Yeah. Pattern-seeking brain, Paul.
Yep. So you guys just go up to the front door again?
Might as well. Let's get this over with. This yes in English.
Are you guys bringing your horses in, or are you just walking in and leaving the horses somewhere nearby?
My horse didn't seem to like the place, right?
No, it was full of undead, and horses do not like undead.
My horse gave not a fuck. They come wind.
I'll tie my horse off a good distance away.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'd do that too.
I would slowly.
Do that too.
Fuck you, Kupe. You gotta wait for all the slow people now. And all the players have to wait for Jake as he goes.
Here's
grab
the
a bowl of
thing.
pasta.
You're saying I have to wait. I don't have to at all.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna grab some food myself.
Nothing has ever made me wait in the past. You think this will make me now?
So I'll go grab some, and I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the strat. I'll
I'll
grab
also grab some food too.
Yeah, I think that's. I'm gonna
Yeah.
grab a glass of
Yeah.
water.
I'll
Yeah,
do it too.
I'll go play a game of League of Legends.
Whoa, wait for me.
No, I'm not-
Together through the cold mist till we're lifeless together. Together.
oh, 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 oh. I'm back.
No.
All right, I'm leaving again. Oh my god. All right, Peyton.
Mm-hmm.
In the League of Legends Academy League, which is, let's call it the minor leagues, if we were to use like a baseball metaphor. One of the slots is for the no org team, basically players who don't have official backing.
Mm-hmm.
And they're in their playoffs right now. No org is in the finals.
Hmm.
Jake, in the academy, no org is in the upper bracket finals
Really?
against C9 Academy. I guess
How did you
all the other orgs feeder teams are worse than the ones without an org.
Good.
Oh, it's not the finals. It's the upper bracket finals.
No, you said?
The loser of this. Oh, maybe that is what I said. The loser of this fights the winner of 100 Thieves versus EG.
I am back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, Theo.
All right, I have returned.
Welcome
I
back.
have food. So, oh, you guys are just going up to the front door? As long as Jake is back, just thinking about it.
Everyone's
Ham.
back at this
I
point.
missed munching.
I figured, but I took a hot minute. So, yeah, going back up to the front door. It is, as you guys remember it, lots of undead just kind of milling around.
Working up to this moment is the first time I've had social anxiety in a game of D&D. Where we have to explain to this dude who clearly does not want us here that we want to come in.
Bold to think that we're going to explain anything and not just go, hey, can we take another look around?
Fox gun.
I do have a gun. Could do that.
When
You
he
can
opens the
do
door,
that.
we can, yeah, if he opens the door, we can just blow him away. Then we have the whole place to ourselves.
Unfortunately,
And
I started
the
his point where
small
Well,
pile of undead.
yeah.
Well, no. See, you
I
kill,
don't think I
you
have
kill the
enough
guy,
ammo
and
for
all of
that
them
to
die
always
like the
work.
hive mind.
Yeah.
I don't think
Well,
that's how that works.
I thought they
That
came
is
with
not
the
how
castle.
undead work.
I thought they came with the castle like they were the, the wait staff. And so if we kill them, then we own it.
They're
so
the
we
worst
own
wait
them.
staff.
They really put the weight in wait staff.
Mhm.
They're
Yeah,
heavy.
dead weight.
So
Lumpy, you can't call him fat.
Because you're fat boy.
I can call them fat. Why not?
As before,
True, it's
walking
Thursday.
They
through
can't be
this-
fat. They're full. They're just bones.
I
No
mean,
skin even.
Big bones.
True.
they ignore you like they did the first time.
For now.
So you're able to make it to the door with no undead horde attacking you.
Strangely, moving towards this place, Oyeko's gonna be staying closer to Johnny than normal.
He'll make the perfect sacrifice for the getaway.
So you guys knock, call, just try and open it.
I mean, it's a big, heavy metal door, right?
Yeah.
Is there a knocker on it?
Not really.
I think calling is
Like
probably
it's,
the best
it's
bet. then.
designed more as like gate than like door. So
Yeah.
You should
Go,
definitely-
hey, we are back.
Mhm.
They go, no.
One of the doors does in fact swing open, revealing Delphos just kind of standing there. Of course, Reformed don't really have facial structure because they're skeletons. He looks confused. Happy,
Howdy.
but confused.
It's like, oh, the visitor's sick.
Oh, it's you. You can see an undead's face fall.
Welcome
actually.
back. Did you forget something?
Yeah, we'd like to take one more look around just in case we missed anything the first time.
I mean, if you forgot something, I can go take a peek for it.
No, we're looking around related to the thing that we're trying to find. Because there's no sign of it on the other side of this, which makes us think that maybe we missed something here.
Oh. Alright. I have gotten some of the staff to start cleaning that room, but it should still be mostly in shambles.
Wonderful.
Come on. Swishes away with his robe, just leaving the door open.
Follow.
Enter.
So he leads you back towards the little closet that was bashed apart.
Alright.
And it is indeed slightly cleaned up. Some of the wood pieces from the bookcase seem to have gone missing from the scene.
Know all of the clues!
That chair still there or what?
Yep, it's still there. It's the only non-broken part of the room beyond the walls.
Alright,
So
I'm gonna go examine the chair to see what's fucked with it. There's gotta be something weird about it.
All right. I mean, it's a chair.
I'm just gonna look over it to see if there's anything even, like, slightly off.
Mm, I mean, it's less dusty than it was.
Hmm.
Did we sit in it?
To know the enemy, you must think like the enemy. I sit in the chair.
I think Mo
don't
sat in the
actually.
chair.
I think I
I think that's
That
why it's
does-
listed.
did. It is something. It sounds like something I'd do.
It looks like it's been poked over by someone recently. Who could it have been?
Oyeko's just gonna try to, I don't know, look around the room with all the destroyed shit.
Mm-hmm.
See if there's any sign of where it went after it destroyed things.
Well, as with most of the other times you've seen it, there really isn't another exit point beyond the door, and it seems to have not gone through the door, as the door is still in one piece.
Can I try to figure out why I might have destroyed everything in here?
Roll insight on the treads.
How?
I don't know. Just look for clues in the fucking rubble.
Well,
fucking.
we found scales of it, right? Does
Yeah.
it look like the scales were like
Forcefully
torn
removed.
off by something? Yeah, forcefully removed, or they like shed because they bumped into things. Like,
It looks more like he just kind of bumped them off then. Like someone tore them off.
I'm gonna like give the room a once over again. just in case we missed something the first time.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I mean, you give it a once over, but you really don't find anything new.
They would object to us smashing this chair.
Yes.
Also, I really don't feel like we should smash the chair. It's kind of the one thing we have going for us.
Why would
Please
we
don't
do
smash
that?
my furniture.
Why would we?
Might hide something in it.
Well, how about we just move the chair?
And Oyeka will pick up the chair, shake it, and then put it back down in a different spot.
Yep.
What's
No.
chair like?
So the chair is from somewhere in here, right? It wasn't something they like brought here.
No, it is brought from somewhere else.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought it was brought from somewhere else in the castle after this room was fucked up.
Not quite in that order, but it was brought from somewhere else.
I thought it was
Oh.
brought here, then the room was fucked up.
Is there any way to figure out where in the castle it was brought from?
It's like a bizarre Ace Attorney case.
When you picked up the chair, was there plaster dust around where the legs hit the floor, or was there plaster dust under where the legs hit the floor?
It would be around.
Around, so the chair was here when things were fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
But now we have it in truth bullet form.
Court record updated.
Yeah.
I'm
The chair has been here since
torn.
after the destroyed room happened.
True, actually.
I mean, it's a pretty boring chair. It's not really ornamented. It's not like a big, huge, nice chair. It's just kind of a normal sitting room chair.
When we
Uh,
first saw it, it was lacking dust
Mm-hmm.
in like the shape of someone had been sitting on it, or
Yeah.
and like I know we only saw the Watcher once, but if he was to sit in a chair,
He was humanoid shaped. So
would it have been
Maybe.
that amount of dust probably gone, or was he,
was he fat?
Based on your recollection, no. The Watcher was generally more live.
So I think the fact of the matter is, whoever was sitting in this chair was not the Watcher, so they were watching the Watcher go apeshit on the room.
So someone here, you're saying, saw something.
That's the only actual answer I can reach, otherwise it makes no sense. Because the chair would have been destroyed.
Surely would have been.
And with the lack of dust, it wasn't in the Watcher's shape.
This is puzzling though, because everywhere else we've been, the Watcher has passed through without disturbing much, but seemingly here, on arrival, it just starts wrecking the place.
The farm said it seemed to disturb a fair amount. Yeah,
I thought
seemed to
that
disturb
family
a
was.
fair amount there.
Oh, get it?
Yeah, it did.
How'd you forget about that?
And then
Yeah, two
I
bodies.
thought we
no
weren't
no
sure.
disruption there at all.
I thought we weren't sure if it was the Watcher or not. Was this the same place?
No,
where
it was the
like,
Watcher.
It like stuffed bloody clothes into the bottom of a chest before
We don't
leaving.
know who actually did the bloody clothes thing.
Well, that's why that piece of information made me think that the Watcher was more like came through afterwards or something.
No, the Watcher killed them. Watcher was the one that killed them.
Oh,
Is Mr. Undead Man here, by the way?
Yeah, Delphos is still there.
I'll turn to him.
He's standing by the door, looking very worried at the chair.
Can
it won't
you
harm
be
a-
honest?
It is within my function. I have not given up honesty.
Who here saw the Watcher? Because somebody did.
I don't know.
I'm gonna
I
instigate
certainly
him.
didn't.
I'll also incite him.
Incite him with a nice disadvantage insight.
Would you be opposed to
Poggies.
asking
It's fine.
around?
You suck.
Would you be opposed to asking around to see if anyone did?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fortunately, Oyako, he's a skeleton. It's hard to read. Guve, on the other hand, he's certainly being honest about not seeing it himself. And while he doesn't seem certain on who saw it, he definitely looks like he has ideas.
If we had to...
Suspicions, I guess, would be the better word for it.
If you had to guess who would have seen it, who do you think would have?
Well, the only person that I can say with any real certainty would be interested in a creature such as that, at least the way that I recollect a watcher being described, would be Svinel. None of the undead would care about it. I can't see Rhea giving a damn.
Well, I guess we'd better get questioning.
If you are willing to take some time, he is in the middle of experiments, of course.
It's on the watcher.
We can't force him to just start talking to us right now, so...
It's not entirely true. In theory.
Would not want to inconvenience him too much.
Yeah.
Especially because getting accurate info out of him requires a certain amount of compliance. Can't have him too displeased.
But we either need him not too displeased or we need him very, very, very displeased.
Maybe discussing this in front of
No, that's out of character. Christ. Not recommending torture in character. This is not that type of fucking character.
And just as a friendly, this is a Mitchell game and this is how we do things note, I do not condone torture. You can do it, it's going to be cutscene, and you'll basically just roll for it.
Yeah.
Because it's just one of those things that makes my skin crawl. I'm not going to be role-playing it, thank you, no.
Entirely fair.
Yeah,
Role-playing torture is fucking weird.
Yep. Same for romance. I'll do a very, very limited version, but you're not getting everything.
I mean, they're basically the same thing.
And let's go straight to the boomer jokes.
What?
I'm sorry, what? Excuse me? How? Please explain.
I know we had two different reactions.
It's torturous to sit through. What do you mean?
All right.
It's torturous to sit through people RPing romance in D&D.
Oh, you didn't get to see more.
100% not how you made that sound.
Yeah, no.
Oh.
Because Norix actually had a pretty nice little romance scene.
Oh.
Well, I liked it anyway.
It was
True, I
funny they called it a
immediately ruined it at about the 15-minute mark, but that was kind of in plan, so. The date was going well, and then one of his old buddies kicked the door down to the inn and noticed him immediately.
He also got bullied relentlessly by the party. Mostly me. Joy.
Yep. So. Yep. What is the plan?
I guess wait to talk to what's his face.
Yeah. Wait to talk to what's his face.
I at least would like to try and go look around for any other clues.
Yep. If you ask, Delphos tells you that you can definitely meet him at around dinner time, which unfortunately will be a ways away now because it's past that time at this point.
Yeah.
So, what about the other two? Because I need to wait for Theo to come back to ask about Mo.
Yeah, Oyako will just kind of. She'll also be kind of just poking around, seeing if there's anything else that they potentially missed, because she at least knows she didn't do a very good job scouring this area when last she was here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, between your guys' look through, there really isn't much in the room. The chair is the really only oddity, other than the scales, but you already found those.
Oh, I meant like looking through other rooms and shit.
Mhm.
But yeah.
I just mean for this room to kind of give you guys you probably search this area as well as you can.
We get the fucking LA Noir banana.
Yeah. All clues have been found. So
Pick up the chair. It's just ambitious, Cole.
Mitchell will say something, and then he'll have to like say the facial expression. Yeah.
He looked perfectly normal, and then he suddenly his face scrunches up really awkwardly for no reason. That's odd.
It's his tell.
He goes, no, they pretty much just left after that, and he looks really smug with himself.
Was there any damage to the door or like signs of this
he's
scuffle?
a skeleton, so he doesn't have facial expressions beyond his eyes.
His eyes look really smug with himself.
Mitchell, was there any damage to the door of this room or
No,
any signs
the
of the
door
scuffle
was the only
leaving?
other thing that wasn't damaged.
Okay, so there's no signs of the scuffle leaving.
No, it
This
stayed in
room.
this room. And apparently did not attack the person in the chair either.
Was there markings on the floor? I forget.
Not really.
No one drew a satanic circle in the.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little hard because keep in mind the stone of this building is like obsidian black. So really getting anything into that is going to be tough. What's your chalk?
I mean, that's where
You have a feeling if something is going to tear apart a room with its bare hands, and it did seem to be just tore the entire like rest of the furniture apart with its claws. It's probably not going to be able to scratch the floor. Ancient monument and all. But what are you and Johnny doing?
I am waiting for us to go and talk with the dude.
All right.
That is when I anticipate we'll probably realize something.
Probably, yeah.
Sure.
I can't think of.
I mean, I guess I could roll investigation with disadvantage to see if I can find anything that people have missed. But besides that, that would just be waiting.
Yep.
Guys, I've broken the case wide open.
God.
Yeah.
It wasn't here at all.
Actually, he's just been investigating the room like one door to the left.
I've broken the case wide open. It was Mo the whole time.
Mo sacrificed a life free of apocalypse for magic.
So, if you guys are just basically hanging out, then Delphos can show you to a room so that you can at least sleep or just rest in an area.
You're not even gonna tell Lumpy that he didn't find anything.
No.
I know I didn't find anything. Don't patronize me.
You find a particularly large splinter. Yay.
Oh my god. I turn to the skeleton concierge and hand him the splinter. I'm so sorry for your loss.
Turn to the skeleton concierge and go, "This is evidence. Bag it." And he goes, "What?"
Tag it and bag it.
He does look a little bit sad about the damaged stuff. You'd assume mostly because he's going to be the one that has to deal with fixing it. So,
In the meantime, I'll paint something that expresses how I feel.
Yeah.
And it's just gonna be like a lot of darkness and a lot of aggressively and erratically drawn red gashes.
Please get in that one, fall asleep against the painting, and show up to the fucking dinner just covered in paint.
With like a lot of eyes and stuff.
mm.
It's horrible. I ball it up and toss it in the nearest fireplace.
If
Damn,
everyone
if you
is,
weren't tired, that would have been a fucking sick painting, too.
if everyone's just kind of hanging out in the same room, though, Oyeko will try to get some sleep.
Well, I think Gouve is looking around, so,
Mhm.
but the other two are with you.
Well, that depends. Is Gouvet looking around in a way that someone could join Gouvet in looking around, or is Gouvet looking around like, I'm out of here, losers?
Noobs and losers.
I don't think Gouve is going to be like, leave me alone, let me just look around myself.
Yeah,
It's the angst.
I'm a lone
yeah,
wolf.
Gouvet is not like, all right, I'm gonna go look around, and someone tries to follow, and I just throw down a fucking spike trap behind me. I go, fuck off.
I'm a lone wolf. I work better alone.
I set up barbed wire behind me and walk off.
You just get in my way. Gibby, whoa.
I mean, Mo would just be like, this is right. As the case may be, she.
I mean, yeah, if you would like to join, you can. I have no issues with it.
If it's just Johnny in the room with me, Oyeko will not be sleeping.
Not be?
No.
I'm painting something that might be depressing.
Well, mostly because you are painting and very clearly not going to be able to pay attention. So if someone is going to jump me in my sleep, I'm just fucked.
Well, I mean,
So no risks
how
for
oblivious?
Oyeko.
Okay. Maybe when
Look.
I'm done and Oyeko's
If
up.
Mo showed up, you guys would have gone right to sleep.
At least there'd be two people.
Double the people to blame when you get stabbed to death in your sleep.
Someone will see something.
Yeah.
That's
I
true.
don't know if those are the odds.
Odds are better for 2 compared to 1.
Mm-hmm.
At least on this side are pretty terrible, even with 2. I don't know about your end.
So, is it only Gouve who's going out, or is someone joining her?
Mo
I
is
think
joining.
always. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, where are you looking, Gouve?
I mean, I'm more or less just gonna be under the first level.
Okay. Yeah, that was mostly the thing. Are you going to go down into the?
Here's the thing, right? As much as I would like to go down to the danger zone, should bad things happen down in the danger zone, I don't have any ranged weapons that won't immediately alert everyone to the fact that I have gone down to the danger zone.
I'm
Yep.
sure it'll be fine.
So I mean, the first level is pretty dull, especially because the main kind of thing is the main room, and then the church is kind of the only other thing in the main level, which is still barricaded. Well,
Yeah, I'm not gonna-
barricaded. It's not really barricaded. It's just closed and locked.
Yeah, gonna be honest, don't want to die like that.
Yep.
Most
But the
right.
rest, I mean, it's kind of usual castle bits. They have kitchen, etc. Well, kitchen, library, storage rooms, plenty of bedrooms. But I mean, nothing particularly exciting.
All right. Hey, was Boston good enough to the danger zone?
To be fair, you have two options for the danger zone.
I've encountered multiple danger zones, so
All right. Which one do you think is more likely to have the information we want?
I was not able to open the church door.
That's suspicious.
Hmm.
I do not think the fish held any answers. Though I did not ask it. And
That fish is gonna crack this case wide open.
I think you probably have a good sense of that. Well, the fish probably doesn't feel in a very talkative mood.
Well,
It's more in a munching mood, if
Hmm.
you had to guess.
If
you
like
want.
one of those bad guys that's like, I have you now, and now that I have you, let me tell you my plan.
Yeah, it's gonna monologue.
Yeah.
The necromancer or the fish?
Fish.
step
I
one
think
in
its monologue
discovering the
will
secret
mostly be
plans.
Bone Crunch.
Hmm. So its plan is to eat me, I see.
Its plan and current ongoing eating.
Maybe I meet that fucking fish.
This sounds
Alright.
like a church angle.
Does it?
Well,
Fuck it,
we
church
can
angle.
always- I mean, we can examine more of his experiments.
I feel like I'm more.
The church is not locked. It's just freaking Mo is a weakling and
tiny.
couldn't get the door open.
Yeah. I'm more interested in the church, like as a player, but I also feel like that has a much higher fucking likelihood of everything going terribly wrong for us. Like everything going terribly wrong. So I'm down for experiments at this point.
All right,
All right.
heading downstairs.
Mhm.
Well, it is as you've seen already a few times. Lots of little winding hallways that have doors set around at pretty much near random increments. After walking around a little while, you do find a door with a pair of skeleton guards standing in front of it. Which at least seems to be the marker for where he is.
I think that's not what we're looking for.
No. Not at all, actually.
So,
Keep on wondering.
I mean, are you guys just wandering until you find a door, or just wandering until you pick a door randomly?
Pick a door randomly?
Yeah. I mean, none of them are marked, so.
Yeah, I think this is a pick a door randomly angle, and then when this inevitably goes terribly wrong, we go, all right, church, and then when that inevitably goes terribly wrong, we go back to the party and rest. I think that is going to be the exact series of events.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like a pretty good series of events to me.
It seems like a series of events.
It seems like the best possible series of events.
All
I
right.
don't agree with that at all.
So,
I think
the next
that
door that
is-
you come to.
might even be the best plan of any description I've ever heard.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
This might be the worst plan I've ever come up with.
Yeah. The door that you come to is in fact locked after trying it.
I don't know how to pick locks, but I do have lock picks.
I know how to pick locks.
You
Oh.
do?
Easy. Take it away, Mo.
I pick this one.
Good
It's a
choice.
padlock.
Well, in theory, I know how to pick locks.
In practice, you know how
This
to pick
was a
locks.
better lock than you were anticipating. Most of the ones in this castle that you've picked have been like old and basically made to hold the door closed, and that's basically it. This one, someone actually bothered like polishing it and oiling it up so it would actually function. Thankfully, after working it for a little while, you are able to get it to pop open.
Easy.
Big.
Big if true.
True if big.
I'm going to equip my shield at this point.
All right.
Big true if.
So who's opening the door?
If true.
Struggles at
Big.
the door for a minute.
Yeah, I'll take care of this.
I mean, it's just a normal wooden door. Mo can get it open. It just
Yeah,
takes
I'll open it.
because Mo is small.
Yeah, I'll take care of it.
Mm-hmm. So, yep, you open it up to reveal a room just like all the other ones Mo has seen. 40-foot rectangle that leads out into a 40 diameter, well, not a sphere, circle room. This one, in the middle of that circle, contains a glass cylinder full of some sort of black liquid. If you think of a pill, it's like that shape.
Mm.
There doesn't seem
Just
to
like
be
capsule.
yeah, it doesn't seem to have any like way into it, but it is being held up by a metal and stone contraption that's kind of built into the floor.
Hmm.
From a distance, it does seem to be vaguely, very, very slowly, like spinning in the capsule. If you had to like call it water, it's like very lazy stream levels of spinning.
All right.
Last time something came out of a liquid.
To be fair, that wasn't
good.
cool. This at least doesn't have an opening.
Hopefully this time it will be good. I will enter.
All right. Yep. What is your passive? Your passive perception is like pretty high, right? It's like
16.
Yeah. So walking into the room, you do notice that the spinning seems to cease, and a kind of flash of something moving in the container, but it does seem to go back to spinning after a moment. That and the circle seems to have a like extra level of security runes. At least you'd guess they're security runes. Like there's one line that's kind of drawn around the close to the capsule, and then another line that's drawn at the edge of the circle. This one has a third that's like leaking into the main like rectangular room about 30 feet. Well, 30 feet from you from the doorway.
As funny as it would be, I don't think it's a good idea to erase that.
Yeah,
I
that
also
one
don't
seems
think
to
it'll be
be
funny for long.
All right.
that one seems to be like drawn in chalk. Like someone was like, "Oh, I should probably add this because the first two probably aren't doing enough."
To be fair.
By the way, this is your
these do not
guess.
stop
It might
the
just be
face
lines.
Yeah.
Because they look to you like magic-y line things to keep something in. It might also just be part of the architecture.
Yeah.
Except, of course, the chalk. The chalk is chalk.
I mean, I'm just going to be looking around, see if there's anything of that really draws the eye. Oh, that really draws the eye, yes.
Other than the capsule, the tables with their like ampules and that sort of stuff are all silent and empty.
Fuck it. I'm going to use the hunter thing on it. Is that a creature?
It is, in fact, a creature. You don't get anything else about it, though.
Ah. Scary.
Ominous.
The fear.
When you look at the capsule and realize, hey, there's actually something in there, you do actually see a skeletal face for a moment before it fades back into the capsule itself. And both of you see when a skeletal hand seems to kind of leak through the edge of the glass and then just kind of beckon with a single finger forward.
I think it wants to kill us.
It wants to talk to us. It has
Why
a
give
secret.
that away? I think it wants to eat our souls.
The triple layer of possible magical defenses.
Yeah, they're just only too amusing about leaning down and saying that to Mo. It's like, I think this is bad.
No,
Now,
it just
I don't
has a
know very
secret,
much
man.
about magical creatures, but I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure that one wants to eat our souls.
Like, I am a monster hunter, but I also know a lot about magic. And I think that thing's magic, and I think it's evil.
I will not
20 to 1,
slowly-
think it's evil.
and I will put down the foot that was hovering, just about to step over the line.
Do I have like a stick or
Specifically
something?
Putting down the foot on our side of the line.
Mhm.
Oh, rangers do come with a staff.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to like hold the staff over the line to see if anything happens to it.
Nope, it is just a stick over the line.
Damn, that's not as interesting. All right, put it away. I'm not gonna fucking go any further than
Put
that.
an arm through glass, so it might not give a damn much about physical objects.
Well, no, this is like the poke a dead body with a stick test, where it means literally nothing at all, but you do it because it's there. Because it's a dead body, you got a stick, and there's really only one choice. Like, you're gonna poke it.
Yep.
All right.
So that seems to be it in this room.
Yeah, I think I'm done in here. Fuck this place.
We have successfully been spooked.
Yeah, we have successfully found something that's fucking cursed as hell, and is immune to divination magic.
Yep. Turning
Or at
around,
least hidden
you do
from
see
divination
that
magic.
someone has put a piece of parchment, like hammered it into the backside of the door,
Mhm.
and says, "Do not step over the line. Super, super dangerous. Do not test with the current subjects ever again.
Mo almost got
Yes,
fucking
Add
blown the
additional
fuck out.
protections when have time."
Mo almost got blown the fuck out, my guy.
There's
Wanna
another.
go check out that church?
It's like PPS. Put on opposite side of door.
You know, I would move that to the opposite side of the door, but that is a chance that they'll be like, "Wait a minute, that's wrong." So, you know, unfortunate for him.
We want our
Unfortunate for anyone
warnings-
who doesn't see that note in time.
We want to put our warnings in such a place where, if someone truly desperate sees it, it will already be too late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna put their foot down. It's gonna grab it. They're gonna look to the exit to see if they can escape, and they're gonna see "don't put foot down" and go, "Oh no!" and then it's over. That's gonna be the last fucking thing they read before they're ripped from this mortal coil.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's gonna be their last fucking thought. Their last cognizant thought is gonna be, "Oh no."
Hello, this is Necromancer LLC Insurance. We have some questions about your signage that we need to ask you.
This place is
It
not
is
OSHA compliant.
Significant liability concerns regarding signage.
All right, wanna
Exiting.
go
the
check out the other cursed place?
Yes.
Sick.
You guys are idiots.
It comes with the territory. It's a Mitchell campaign. We're gonna do look at the curse shit and go, "No, thank you." You gotta interact. It's funny.
Yeah. Nor only almost got his soul sucked out by doing that.
Yeah.
I still love that freaking Drake's
Yeah,
reaction to nearly getting his soul sucked out was every other all the other characters were like clustered around looking at the mirror, looking at Drake just standing there staring at it. Drake just comes back and immediately point blank fires his rifle into it in the top of a freaking tower. Spooks the living daylights out of the rest of the group.
No, that's entirely reasonable if you're in that situation.
I know, it was just
Drake
what
shit.
the hell, Drake? Especially because
You know what wasn't reasonable? The fucking smacking a bag of gunpowder with a fire sword. Not quite as reasonable.
Don't forget
Lighting the entire
was
party on
destroyed.
fire, also not as reasonable.
Yeah. The tower was destroyed because someone freaking blew up a bag of gunpowder. Remember?
Yeah.
Someone being Rowley.
That's why I said that wasn't quite reasonable. Bastard.
So, yep. Exploring another room down here or going upstairs?
Upstairs.
Yep. So, walking back through the hallways, you notice that the skeleton guards have moved. They're now by, well, another room, probably, but you don't see them on your way back out.
That's fine.
Yep. So, you're able to make it back to the central area.
Check out his latest experiment.
Yeah, all right. Let's go check out his latest experiment.
All right.
Fuck it. Didn't take much to convince me.
So you stop by the door that you're pretty sure you saw the guards at. This
Open
door,
door.
like all of the others down here, is also locked.
No.
So would Mo like to try and pick that?
Yes. Ease tools. I could have just.
You could have just. Yep. This door is more like the others, so the lock just pops open.
Open door.
Poke head inside.
This one, like the fish room, has a slightly more well-built door, so it is a lot heavier. But between the two of you, you can get it open, no problem. And in the side, you see, well, there probably was an ogre.
Croaker,
It's a
my
creature
man. What
with
happened?
2 heads. One seems to be a hill ogre, probably, though its flesh is like heavily decayed. The other head seems to be a troll head, and it seems to be filled with vines. The rest of the body on its side seems to have the same effect too. It's chained up and just kind of standing there.
Yeah, I've seen enough here.
Yes.
What was that door?
Yeah, this room, because it seems like it's in active use, all of the extra peripherals are currently ongoing. Boiling water, boiling weird liquids of, well, mostly black and red, but other various shades. And a ton of parchment laying around.
What of parchment, you say?
Yeah.
Before I enter this room, can I do a perception to see if there's anything that's gonna just blow me the fuck out the second I step in?
Sure. Like looking for magical traps or...
Magical traps, normal traps,
Okay, yeah, go ahead. You can look.
some weird cursed shit.
I mean, other than the kind of normal defensive circle around the, circle ring, it doesn't look like there's anything else on the floor.
Right.
And again, the floor is kind of half covered in paper, so like there's a lot of parchment.
I will be avoiding all of the paper.
Yeah, you can kind of move around. There is enough room. So, where are you headed?
I mean, I'm just gonna be going to like,
7.
I guess if there's a desk or something.
Yeah, there's basically it's a rectangle room with desks on either side, all the way from where the circle starts to where the door wall is, and then
All right.
all of that stuff is covered in parchment and various scientific and magical devices.
I mean, I'm just gonna be looking at the parchment to see if there's literally anything I understand, and when the answer is inevitably no, I'm going to leave.
I mean, you recognize some of the words, but the context they're being used in is freaking incomprehensible.
Mm.
Like,
Oh
you
yeah, the
recognize, like,
appendix.
ogre, you recognize troll, you recognize the word head, you recognize fuse, but pretty much everything else is freaking nonsense.
Like, why the hell does it mention the cervical spine? What the, huh? Like, this shit's weird. I leave.
Mo doesn't have Arcana, so it's as mystifying to Mo as you.
Yep. Yeah, the weird troll ogre thing just kind of is inert, it seems.
Mhm.
You do see its eyes are glowing, but it just stands there.
Eyes going. That's none of my fucking business.
Well, it's obviously an undead.
Yeah.
So, yep. Going back outside and heading up to the church.
Yeah. Let's see what trouble we can get up to while we don't have more intelligent people around to tell us not to,
Right.
or at least more cautious people around to tell us not to.
So just a Yeko.
I mean,
Pretty
I feel like you wouldn't be messing with the curse here.
So Yoko's literally just the mother of the party at this point.
And you're not even a paladin.
No.
At some point, I should send you the. I can't remember what it's called. There's a comic where they have the paladin as that guy. What is their party? I think it's a half-orc barbarian who basically doesn't talk and just runs around ripping people's arms off. A halfling sorcerer who grew up in, I believe, a badger den in like a magical forests, talking animals, etc. And then when the badger was on his deathbed, ordered him to burn the forest down. So he has animals that show up to duel him for burning their homes to the ground.
A hero.
And then the paladin, who probably did stuff and now wields he used to wield swords, but it seems he's just such a ferocious fighter that he keeps breaking his freaking magical swords. So they gave him a brick and tied a rope to it, and now it's a holy brick. And that's what he uses to beat people to death with.
What party is this?
I can't remember what the comic is called, but I'll try and find it.
Oh, is it the?
I think I have posted stuff.
I think it's the weekly roll.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Order of the Brick?
God, the fucking holy brick makes me think of a dumb thing where there's a fucking thing where people put holy water at the end of a rope and used it to fucking kill ghosts. As like just a fucking morning star type thing. And at the end of it, because ghosts are cold, they had some nice sherbet ice cream.
Oh, I'm trying to remember. They just added a. What was she? I don't remember her name, but she's a warlock of the celestial subtype, and then their necromancing dwarf, who apparently was being hunted by the queen's best hitman for 84 gold.
Oh,
He's sworn a life debt for the paladin for paying 84 gold in taxes. It's a matter of honor. You don't pay gold. You don't pay the queen if you're not friggin' not giving her any credence. He also uses a shovel, which I had to tell Theo.
Yeah.
Because of Amelia. Sundead are kind of unruly, though. Like, wait, are you guys being paid?
My undead
Man.
never complained. I don't think my undead even ever saw combat.
No, they didn't.
what do we define combat as?
They hung around on or in the cart for their entire undeath existence.
I do remember killing a few of them
On or in the cart.
for reasons of them being fucking cursed and hating them.
Yeah.
So that was technically
You did lose some to a dragon.
fashion.
On or in the cart. A memoir.
Well, he just kind of like Amelia strapped them to like the back of the cart. Because the way that I run skeletons is you can order them to dismantle themselves. So she just kind of like wove them to the back of the cart so they could hang there.
It used to be that like zombies just pulled straight cart, but I think I eventually got a zombie horse or a skeleton horse or something.
Yeah, you get updated to the skeletal horse.
And I believe you also had half a skeleton horse.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, you tried to get half a skeleton horse.
Like the
And then
left half?
realized that wasn't going to work very well. He tried to animate a horse basically killed by blessing ice. So only half of it animated. Because that was the special ability of the silver dragon that killed it. It was blessed with very effective undead killing breath. That also made undead stay down.
Handy.
Yeah. I mean, she was a good dragon, so she didn't want really undead wandering around her territory. But up in the entry hall, you guys find Rhea just coming in. Like, as you guys walk up the stairs, you see her turning around to close the door with a bang. And she kind of turns around, looks in your guys' direction.
Howdy.
Greetings. You've returned?
Yeah. Long story. Shit's fucked. Everything sucks.
Well, I guess it's good to know that the world doesn't change since I died. Oh boy.
I shrug at that one.
Sorry.
But no, I haven't been alive long enough to know if that's true. I haven't died yet either.
Yeah. I mean, if you die here, you might come back as a skeleton.
True.
True.
Catch up with the party and tell them that they're fucking idiots. I hate them.
So, yep. That though, she basically just goes away somewhere else in the castle. Off to do whatever Rhea does when she comes back.
I smoke weed.
It's not nearly as pleasant when you don't have lungs. Or the ability to have any sort of poison affect you.
It's not about it being pleasant. It's about the aesthetic.
But, yep. You make it
Let's get
to
it first.
the shrine door. It's still big and cursed as it looks before.
Attempt to open door.
Hmm. I mean, you have to work at it a little bit, but you are able to get it open.
Push it open and you just boss music starts. Oh, okay. Yeah. I'll have you know that the second you say you push it open, I did start listening to another Western song, so I'm fucking ready for it.
It's a big circular room. Oh no.
No, this one is more, well, not really even ovular shaped.
Oh
It
my
does
God.
have straight walls, and then the back is rounded. But
Ovular. It's the
Mm.
circle's cousin.
Big circular room with someone standing in the middle of it.
His back's to you.
They're normal size.
Oh no.
so, the room itself has a few small groups of pews. Everything's still made out of that same dark stone that the floors and walls are. And it has on a small dais, a altar and a small statuette of, you'd assume, the goddess of undeath. But otherwise, I mean, other than being kind of cold, the room doesn't seem to be any more cursed than any other room in this building.
Well, that's kind of a letdown.
Now I'm more worried than I was before we opened the door.
Yeah, at least if there were like spooky ghosts flying around and shit, at least it'd be obvious.
Yes. Shall
No. Just think about it. I feel like I'm gonna get yelled at a lot if I go in there. Not now, but later.
Oh yeah,
Is
ghost.
that a
He's-
concern?
No, I was actually referring to the Fae who are gonna get pissed at me. Oh, Yeko, I'm already used to Yeko being angry at me.
In another time and place. Winter sneezes.
Yeah. Winston's going, I feel like I'm getting mad.
No.
I enter, I go, can you feel that? Animosity. I'll take a step in. A singular step in.
All right. You do in fact feel animosity.
I then take a singular step out.
The animosity does not fade.
You shouldn't take
Well,
a
I would
step
not
out.
recommend going in.
The solve here, Peyton, isn't to take a step out, it's to unstep in.
Can I just
Yeah,
hit
here's
the undo button a couple times?
Huh?
Save.
Can I just hit the undo button a couple times? That's what I said.
Eh,
Not step in.
I'd like to quick load, thank you. What was my last save?
Mhm. Yeah. As you're standing in the doorway, the door only partly open, because it is a big metal door, like the ones that hold the front. You do see something start to happen at the other end, as the area kind of near the statuette, kind of directly behind it, seems to start growing darker.
You think closing the door will do anything?
No. And I'm going to start closing the door.
Now,
It will give me peace of mind.
now, as you finish, like are about to finish closing the door and just kind of get one last look through, you do see a somewhat feminine face peeking through the darkness at you. But
I'm going to say sorry. Before closing. Sorry for disturbing you.
yep. But at that point, the door closes.
Why did I do that?
Away, just standing by the door. The animosity feeling has not gone away. Just
I'm
as
going to turn. I'm going to turn to him and go, why did I do that?
If you didn't, I would have. The door open a little longer too, which is probably unwise.
I mean, we could technically push it back open and see what happens. But I'll be honest. I'm pretty sure whatever's in there wants me dead currently. Or at least doesn't want me as I am now.
Perhaps we should take a few steps away from the door in case whatever's in there shares any attributes with that black orb thing.
I mean, it's just an incredibly haunted place that is probably cursed by a Giga Ghost. What, you think they're probably gonna be incorporeal? Yeah. I say as a hand reaches through and just grabs me by my scrawny fucking neck.
Yep. I mean, taking a few steps back, nothing comes out. And After about a minute or so of just kind of standing there, the animosity starts to then slowly fade. You still feel the menace from behind the door, but
Whatever's in
it just
there.
kind of fades back to, oh, everything's fine again.
Okay.
How long have they been gone at this point, by the way?
Probably about an hour of wandering. By the way, you take some 3 bravery damage from that experience.
No, that's entirely understandable.
I think at this point, Oyeko's gonna go looking for him.
Palpable animosity. Yeah, bit spooky.
Mostly because she's like 90% sure that they're probably going to get themselves killed.
That's way less fucking bravery damage than I would have expected.
Yeah, well, I mean, you didn't
Bad
get
rolls,
a
Paul.
view. I hate to tell you, it would have
Huh.
gotten worse the longer you would have stayed near it.
Yeah.
Like staring at this thing fully manifest.
Yeah, believe it or not, I like my psyche at least somewhat intact.
Yeah. So, yeah, you probably link up with them in the entry hall there.
Well, find anything?
And on the way out, I will go, Mo, let's not talk about that portion. Thank you.
We did not open the shrine door.
Nope.
We did not see a weird lady thing.
Shrine. Don't mention anything about the shrine. If asked, never went there.
What shrine?
Exactly. Mo goes, no, I'm genuinely confused.
So what'd you guys get up to? Were you alright?
Yeah.
Okay.
Went
Find
downstairs, found Big Evil, left Big Evil alone. Learned that had we not left Big Evil alone, we would probably be dead. The usual.
Well, I mean, were you considering not leaving it alone?
I almost stepped into the circle.
Alright, well, I guess I can't ever let you guys explore Milan again.
I stopped them, alright.
That's good. That's good, at least.
I can just hear the mother. You have to be careful with Mo. She doesn't know what she's doing half the time.
Yeah. True.
You never know. At some point, she's just walk into a well and we'll never hear from her ever again.
What's fucked up is Mo is the only one here that's actually a mother.
I know. It's the best thing. Mo is
Oh,
like one of
God.
the oldest members by like percentage wise.
Yeah.
Percentage of max lifespan wise.
Yes.
What is this like? Is Mo living in dog years? Why do we have to use percentages?
Because you guys have different ages.
Because Mo's gonna live to 40 and I'm gonna live to 700.
Yeah.
That's why I use percentages.
Ah, okay, yeah, fair enough. Actually, I wasn't thinking about that.
Because anyone in comparison to Elf is young. Even
Yeah.
at their like deathbed, a human to an elf is young.
A human at like one of the extremes of their life, like 120, that is a elf that is like just past maturity. Like they have just become an
I
adult.
got your name.
Alright.
So
I don't
back
think
to the
we're
room.
fun. Yeah. I don't think we're gonna find anything else important, so might as well.
Yep.
I have no more interest in feeling animosity.
Yeah,
I already have enough
it's entirely
animosity.
faded away. So
There's already enough animosity in this party. We don't need more. We don't need outside sources.
So you guys return to the room, and you guys get a chance to rest or not rest, as is your choice.
Opportunity taken.
Johnny will try to get some sleep because he is exhausted, but he'll only do it if he knows someone else is going to be watching over him.
Yeah. Are you guys setting watches or
Johnny would like to set watches.
kind of usual watches? I'm guessing.
Yeah, Johnny on third watch.
I'll take number 1.
Mo is joining you,
You
John.
wish for perceivings or
Yeah.
That's irrelevant. Okay. Dude, I'm keeping it up.
Where's the other die?
Let's go.
I'm keeping my fucking perception from Jake. Not like this, man. Not like this. You have cursed me.
Don't worry, Jake brought it with brought it too. All right. Well, oh yeah, go. Other than the sounds of lots of skeletons moving around outside, there doesn't seem to be anything that attacks your room during your watch.
Seemed to be anything. Monk ass.
I mean, it's kind of hard not to hear clack, clack, clack by like dozens and dozens of skeletons. They're not very good at being being quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Teach him a lesson.
You could just get them like really soft shoes.
Yeah. But, Uwe, it's pretty quiet. You do hear Rhea pass by. Or at least one of the skeletons that's armored.
I just on instinct mutter howdy.
Yeah. They don't pause by your room. They just kind of walk on by, headed somewhere else. But other than that, it is quiet. And Johnny and Mo, you guys get nothing. It's just quiet. The sun eventually comes up. He starts peeking through the window.
Ooh, sirs, you guys got nothing happening during your watch.
Do I remove a level of exhaustion then?
Yep. If you're rested.
All right. Down to 1.
Oh, it doesn't automatically get rid of it. What is this garbage? Foundry confirmed sucks.
Let's go back to roll 20.
Yes, because Roll20 does anything when you hit any button.
Yeah, when you press a button, it says you press this button.
So, yep, it is now the morning. So, yeah, the rest of the day.
Were we ever informed if we would get an audience at a specific time, or?
Dinner.
Yeah, so we have some time to kill.
So, yeah, you can go keep poking around at the dangerous stuff.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, back to the fucking Giga Curse thing. Let's see what happens if we watch it for a little bit.
If you guys are actually going there, Oyeko will come with.
I am not actually.
They both just look at each other. Giga curse thing. Giga curse thing.
Yeah, both look at each other and then smile. And everyone else in the room gets nervous for no reason. No, I have no plans to go back into Giga Cursed room. I feel enough animosity on a daily basis.
For sure.
Remember that sign on the back of that door?
Yeah.
Seemed to imply that he had test subjects.
What do you think the ogre troll thing was? Like, that had to be made out of an ogre and a troll.
Where do you think they are kept?
Right downstairs somewhere.
Maybe it's worth finding his supply of test subjects.
Stash.
Well, yeah, his supply or his, like, storage, because those are two different things. Because supply is just outside. Like, I assume he isn't running a fucking test subject farm down there.
Stash then.
Also, what do you propose we do if we do find them? Because say we do find them, there are now multiple people who know that we have been there. Unless you propose we just set them out without trying to get the information we're trying to get here. Which I imagine will not ingratiate our host to us.
Well, I was curious if the creature we were looking for might perhaps be kept there,
This is possible, I suppose.
or is feeding there.
I'm drawing like a castle with teeth that eats people who.
Oh
walk
God,
in.
it's just always the plot to Monster House. That's all it ever is. Every fucking campaign ends up with the plot to Monster House.
That's just what Johnny's painting.
Oh my
Johnny's
gosh,
painting.
it's just
Oh my
every
God,
time.
Oh my god.
it's actually Monster
It's
House.
a
It's a masterpiece.
masterpiece.
All of a sudden, the
It's-
words "Monster House" just comes to you, and you just paint that on top.
I step back and I just begin to weep. Oh my God.
Yeah. It's certainly one of the best things you've ever drawn.
It's a-
Nice job, Armor Man.
Johnny Vanguard.
Yes.
Oh no, Johnny's inability to remember names is leaking. Quick, stop it before it gets worse.
I'm uncorked. I'm just in the room. I suppose with Oyeko, just painting.
Well, if they left the room, like to exploring, Oyeko is going with. Mostly because she expects them to get into more trouble and figures she should probably be there.
We
Mhm.
haven't gotten into any trouble yet that you know of.
You mentioned a big evil that Mo almost stepped into a ring with. That's trouble in Oyeko's book.
Yeah, but he didn't.
Yeah,
Sorry, she
it's
didn't.
it's
She's
still trouble.
fine. No trouble has yet been acquired. But
They stopped at the very edge.
Yeah.
Haven't quite
everyone knows that as long as you don't take that last step, then it doesn't matter.
The three of you heading downstairs to look for test subjects.
Yes, sir.
All right. So
Eventually we're gonna get caught looking around down here, and they're not gonna be happy.
I am under no illusion that they are not aware that we have been poking around.
That's fair.
Have you guys not been subtle about it?
I mean, you've been seen by the skeletal guard several times.
What do they think to mention that?
And who knows
Don't
how
know.
those skeletal guards can talk. So far, the only three that you've heard as far as the undead go is Necromancer himself, Rhea, and Delphos. You don't actually even know if any of the other undead are able to speak. And I think everyone but Johnny is unsure about the dregs. Normal skeletons generally can't. As a note, Johnny, dregs also cannot talk, but they are more intelligent. So outsiders might think that they might be able to. So, yep. Wandering around in the basement. How are you going to go about finding any test subjects as, well, all the doors are unmarked?
Like we open every door.
I was gonna say look for tracks as the dumb answer, but I like that one more.
Maybe,
I'm gonna assume there aren't any tracks to look for.
maybe
No.
ask the
Yeah.
kitchen people where
This place is kept spotless as far as the floors are concerned. Either that or the floors eat dust. Who knows?
Maybe food is brought there every so often, and if we go to the kitchens, we can like find that happening, or food being prepared and to like be brought somewhere.
Mhm. Perhaps.
Johnny even with us?
No, but I'm thinking out loud.
Oh.
Actually,
cheating.
no. There's no way I would be alone. Hold on, because I thought Oyeko wasn't going with the group, so that's why
I'm gonna stay here.
that's why I
Wait,
thought I was
guys,
staying
don't
there.
leave me alone.
I'm gonna stay here in the cursed castle. Hey, wait up!
That scene in Lord of the Rings.
I was thinking too. But I mean, you could always ask Delphos. There's no guarantee he'll tell you, but
We could ask him. I feel like he's hiding something, but it still might be illuminating to hear what he has to say.
Delphos.
where are you yelling his name?
No, we don't want to be
Guess what place?
where
Like
where Mo
wherever
is.
he's standing at this moment, I think is what he meant.
Yeah.
Well, where are you currently standing?
Well, we started out in the
I understand it's where you, you were standing. Now tell me where that location is.
because I don't know how far we got. I don't really know.
Yeah, it's hard for us to tell exactly where we are.
But I mean, where are you having this
Where do
conversation?
we,
In your
we
room
want to have
as you're
gone?
walking downstairs? As you are downstairs?
Huddled.
Because I can tell you, yelling Delphos' name up in your room versus down in the main hall versus entirely downstairs is going to trigger 3 very, very different actions.
We're gonna yell it huddled right next to all that black goop with the skeleton inside. Right,
Right next to it?
right next. We're wedging ourselves right directly against it.
Fucking you can, I'm not.
Of course not. You couldn't. That's crazy talk.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Just get close to the capsule with the freaking skeletal thing that
Mhm.
probably wants to eat souls.
It has a secret. That's why it's beckoning us.
Yeah, exactly. Its secret is your souls are tasty.
So where
No.
were we when Mo was asking Geve about subjects being kept somewhere?
I would assume that conversation would be happening in the room, would make the most sense to me.
Like the room we've been staying in?
Yeah. You guys would be discussing where you're going to go and look. Or what
And
you're
that's
looking for.
and that's where Mo is screaming. I suppose.
It was more asking Theo, where do you want to have this happen?
There.
In place, Mitchell. We've been over this.
That's leaking dangerously close to. You can't tell how much depth it has. It's too far away.
I don't understand the problem.
Too far away.
So,
Does it have depth? Who knows?
yeah. After a few minutes, Delphos does show up at the door.
We seek knowledge.
Yes? What knowledge do you seek?
Where does Necromancer keep his test subjects?
Test subjects. I don't believe he has any. It's not living ones.
Not living ones. What about dead ones?
Seems to be honest as far as you can tell together. I mean, I think they all come in corpses, so That's what Rhea does. I think.
Kills things for testing.
I mean, I think so. She goes out, comes back covered in blood, usually carrying some bodies. So that's what I assume she does. I don't really ask, and she doesn't really tell me.
Fair enough.
I'm the upper castle runner. I make sure the food gets carried around on time and things are at least moderately clean. Everything downstairs, that's my boss's job. And I suppose Rhea to a certain extent. I think.
I see. Perhaps we should find Rhea and inquire.
If you give me a couple hours, I might be able to track her down. She doesn't like staying in one place. Something about
Completely understandable.
something like that. I don't know.
We can avoid.
Oh, come meet us by the curse room. That'd be funny, I swear.
So, yep. He walks off. Most likely to go find Rhea for you.
Much appreciated.
So, what are you going to do with your newfound waiting time?
Wait.
Uh,
I mean, that is an option. We can just play the and then 2 hours pass game.
or hear this. We open every single door we come across.
You
As
really like
per our
that.
previous plan.
How many doors can we open before we unlock something that we can't close again? Let's find out.
Yeah, how many cats do we have to let out of the bag before we find one that doesn't go back in?
Just unopen it.
Fortunately, once you break some seals, they're not closable again.
No, I didn't say close. Like earlier, I said unopen.
Unfortunately, you don't have the magical capability of unopening seals.
Well, yeah, that's why we use quick saves.
You guys have run out of quick saves. And
No.
What did we use those on?
existence.
Life is one quick save.
Yeah, you had to spend all your saves by logging in.
I
It's
have
kind of
to
crap
list this
system, but
again.
it works.
All right, counter argument. I have a Game Shark. More saves. Easy clap. I quick save. Wait, no, that easy. I know how to do it. We don't quick save. We save state. Easy. Save state it.
And then we can just rewind
Hard
time at will.
Save capability, unfortunately.
Damn, we
Huh?
can rewind time. We're like Superman in that one movie.
Which one?
The one where he rewinds time.
That is not helpful.
Man in the big orb.
I don't know
Man
which
in
one.
the rewinding of time.
I don't know which one he does it in.
Yeah, I don't remember the name though.
It's an old one, yeah.
Yeah. He flies around the Earth backwards really fast.
And it
Is
makes
this
it
the
reverse time.
Flashes thing?
That is how.
Also, wouldn't that just fuck over the entire planet due to inertia?
Yes.
It rewinds
No,
it.
it would rewind time. See, Theo gets it.
Like how literally everyone except for you went no.
It's like a VCR page and just spin it the other way.
The Earth is a big VCR.
Okay, so counter argument.
Gravity.
If you try, if a VCR is in the middle of like playing and you decide to start trying to rewind it, you are going to destroy it.
No,
No,
it just rewinds.
it gets younger.
No. Shut
I
up!
like this freaking argument. flying around the world backwards. It's a rewind time. It's like a VCR. It's like this freaking.
It being like a VCR backs up my argument and then destroy everything.
See, that's
Yes.
where you're wrong, Peyton.
You're fucking stupid.
Because see, what it would actually do is just rewind.
No.
So, we're waiting. Yay.
I'm out of time. Yeah.
We wait.
So,
Gods will be watching.
about 2 hours later, Delphos comes back, bringing along Rhea, who doesn't seem to be kind of covered in blood.
Hot.
Mostly her like gauntlets, but I mean, blood.
I agree with Jake. However, I also disagree based on the fact that skeleton.
Choked me.
What?
Huh?
Johnny, keep that shit to yourself. Johnny, I know you can't regret anything, but on God, I'm about to make you regret that fucking statement.
What? I'm a little tired of talking out loud slightly.
Stop.
So Delphos just kind of
Slightly,
like
just very.
Yeah.
he comes up, reintroduces Rhea to you guys who've met her several times at this point, and then kind of goes off to continue doing whatever he was doing with today before you guys called him.
Like, all right, so this is Ray. We go, we know, and he goes, all right, bye.
Pretty much. So yeah, she's just kind of standing in the doorway, like rubbing blood off of her gauntlets. Did you need something, or am I just being pulled from the field for, well, jerking around's sake?
It's funny.
Yeah.
We were curious. You have a test subject, yes?
What do you mean?
Or experiments. I master.
I have been ordered to go out, find basically anything alive, kill it, and bring its corpse back, if that's what you mean.
Yes. That's what Mo means.
Blood.
What?
Huh?
Your guests. Don't murder guests. Goblins, orcs, trolls, ogres, those are usually fair game.
Just for interest's sake. Does she murder guests? On occasion?
I mean, we're not murdered, so.
I mean,
Yeah!
she definitely isn't planning on murdering you at the moment, but you're pretty sure that's definitely something in her power to do so, and she doesn't seem to be all that repulsed by the idea. It's just kind of
We
I haven't done this yet.
Yeah, it's like,
Now.
I haven't been told to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
On the table.
I will note that down for the future.
So is that all you wanted? So, no. I mean, I bring them back and throw them in the storage shed outside. I don't know how they get around anywhere else in the castle, but I would assume dregs are ordered to pick them up and drag them somewhere else. I would bet downstairs, but I don't know.
Watcher.
I don't think you've asked her directly, but you've heard from both Svenel and Delphos that she probably hasn't seen it. Yeah.
Is he a weird freaky eye monster?
Weird, freaky eye monster. How? Like,
Yay, tall, humanoid, scaly, big claws. No head, just eye.
I mean, if you're talking about Beholder, yeah, but like,
But those poles are
Quite
humanoid.
bring to mind anything like that. I haven't killed it at any rate.
Would have shown up in
Inside that.
some insert room name.
She's being truthful.
Next time we find the Watcher, you should have Ham come and guest star as the final boss.
Why?
However, because Ham likes to play Scalies, and
No,
he
that's
also
Nor.
wants to kill me, I think. So it'd
Who
give him
doesn't?
a chance to.
I hate to tell you, but it's this Watcher that's scaly.
Ham can be this Watcher. We can have our friends be other Watchers. Other friends be other Watchers. Not to imply that Ham and our friends are distinct groups. Which is not what I intended to imply.
Yeah.
It was.
No,
As for the,
I like Ham.
she's seen a Watcher before, or has killed one. I mean, the killing part is true. She has never killed a creature of that nature, at least as far as she can recollect.
Alright.
As for seeing one, I mean, it's hard to tell, but she definitely it's rolling around in her head with more ringing than nothing. Like she's
Wait, we're all here for this conversation, right?
yeah, it's in the room. So.
I'm also rolling insight.
My God, he's also rolling insight.
All right, with a 16, you get a much more solid basis of she seems to recognize the name, but you're not sure what that means.
Well, thank you for your time.
Yep.
Unless anyone else has any further questions.
I mean, I don't think I have any.
It sort of works great for getting blood out of clothes. That wasn't a question.
No chance we could go on a hunt with you.
Unfortunately, you'd probably slow me down. Sorry.
It's okay.
I know I don't really look like it, but apparently I was some great hero or whatever a while ago. I kind of remember it. I remember at least the sword.
Who Nor blew the fuck out for no reason.
You do seem quite proficient. And scary.
Hmm. She does seem a little bit more concerned about being called scary.
It comes to territory of not having a flush.
Mm-hmm.
I am not from this land. The dead do not walk as frequently. But my apologies.
Hmm.
Yeah. Outside of here, usually if the dead are walking, they want you to stop
Stop
Wish
what?
I died there then.
breathing.
But I have some more animals to go skin.
Well, good luck with that, I suppose.
She just kind of slams the helmet back closed and walks back towards the entrance.
They engage in some casual, light racism and stereotyping.
Okay, it's Thursday.
When else are we gonna do it? I mean, for me, it's every day, but this is the only day where Lumpy gets to, like, let loose.
The only day I can be truly free.
Yeah.
Grumpy Stumper.
I don't like what Johnny Vanguard has done to me.
It wasn't even him though.
It was always me.
You were just kind of doing it like session like dude. before you'd even like fully blown racism it, you know?
Yeah.
He was just going nuts. Was awesome.
Well, the racism officially came out session 3, but it was already there.
Yeah.
It was always there.
Well, you've talked with Rhea, so what's the deal? Still got some time.
I want to go look in the shed, poke some corpses with a stick, come full circle.
Sure.
I mean,
Quite the reveal of captive creatures held that I was hoping for, but
you mean a necromancer uses corpses for most of his experiments? Very surprising.
I mean, to be fair, sometimes the experiment is turning things into corpses. So, you know.
I
Yeah.
think we should look in that storage shed though, because last I thought the Watcher had to cook. So if it was here, then perhaps Cook was too.
That's a good point. If we can find his body, then maybe they're in cahoots or something.
Like, hey, I'll trade you that guy you're holding for some secrets. I don't know.
That guy you're holding for $5.
This corpse that you've dragged like weeks of land travel out of the way.
I was like, yeah, all right.
Of course, assuming that it didn't ditch Cook at some point along the journey and you guys just missed it.
It
Be
totally
unfortunate.
didn't.
I mean, yeah, of course it totally didn't, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured you out, Mitchell. I could tell you were bluffing.
It's like a roll up.
Yeah,
obvious
you could definitely tell he was bluffing because... Yeah,
It was that rolled up mattress we passed 2 months ago. Fuck.
Ooh. Cook was the little girl who survived all along.
It's like that scene in the Simpsons movie. The mafia rolls up with like the bag and there's like feet sticking out of it and it's clearly a dead guy. And they're like, hey, no dumping in the lake. And he goes, fine. I'll put my yard trimming somewhere else. And they go, boss, I think there was a dead body in there. And the police chief goes,
Hey, Chief.
so did I, until he said yard trimmings. You really need to learn to use your ear.
Hey, Chief, do that look like a dead body? Well, I did, and then he said it was the yard trimmings. And I was like, oh, that checks out.
You really gotta learn to use your ears. That was such a good line. Underrated movie.
Fantastic movie.
So, walking outside, you do see that there is in fact a shed.
Open shed.
And the wonderful aroma of piles of rotting corpses assault your nose.
Ugh, this is... Yeah, I don't know what I expected, but...
You go, just like home.
Yeah. About there's probably, I mean, you'd have to count them, but there's definitely well above 50 various corpses. Most of them are more animal, wolves, bears, even smaller things like squirrels. Though there are some humanoid corpses in here. The most notable, of course, being a troll, which does seem to possibly be dead. It is still like fleshy, but someone has shoved a freaking metal rod through its head.
Oak with stick.
Well, if we need to make a distraction, we should
it
pull that
twitches.
rod out. Might start
Mm.
to heal.
Trolls are very hard to bring down and make stay down. So
Poke it with stick and it twitches and I go, They don't usually do that.
yeah. But otherwise, there's a couple of goblin skeletons that have been de-fleshed.
Checks out, give them their skeletons.
Along with an orc or two, but no like humans or dwarves or the like.
No people, only subhuman criminals. Got it.
If you want to call them that, yep. Just those.
Subhuman criminals, a lot of them.
Goblins?
Really, most greenskins.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, but that's what's in the shed.
Skins.
I'm gonna be honest. I'd probably like to continue poking the troll for a little bit because I feel like that would be interesting.
Yep. I mean, it seems to twitch when you poke it.
Brain damage is a bitch, eh?
I mean, its head does seem to be inactive. Its eyes aren't moving. Its tongue is just kind of lolling out.
Where's the like rod in it? It is in the head, but like where in the
Yeah,
head? Is it
right
like through the
between its eyes.
brainstem?
Probably.
All right, well that would make sense.
Between the eyes out the back.
Yeah, it's a like 3-foot rod. It's rammed all the way through. You can see both ends.
Mm-hmm.
I still think if we ever need to make a distraction, we just come here and pull that out.
Yeah.
Things should be right as rain in no time.
As you guys are poking around, a dreg does kind of walk up and motion for you to kind of move out of the way.
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 Move
Picks up
into
the troll
way.
and starts to drag it out. Once it's outside, a couple more dregs kind of move to help it out. And they start carrying it, back to the castle. At least you think it's back to the castle, but they do just walk right by the front door, headed for somewhere else.
Follow.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow.
Follow, yeah. Might be a cargo door.
Oh.
In the
So,
back.
they walk outside of the little courtyard that leads to the front door and around until eventually they come to another door built into the side. They actually have to kind of lean. It's built more for normal people, not dregs or trolls. So they kind of have to pull it through. One of them accidentally pulling one of the thing's arms off in the process. But they just collect the arm, get the rest of it through, and continue down the stairs into the darkness of the basement.
Hmm.
Yeah, that is a little weird.
Side one.
Follow.
I mean, if you guys think we should.
We were never told not to. And I will start following.
Should, and I'm following anyway.
You guys are
Mo, the
sometimes
most
worst.
responsible parent. So,
Mo did kind of abandon her kids.
yeah. That's why she's the most responsible parent. Giving them to someone more competent.
This is fair. This is hard to argue with.
Very noble if you think about it like that. Very selfless.
So, going down, the stairs go down quite a few floors. Like, you guys walk down a good, 100 stairs, way deeper than the normal stairs go.
Hmm.
The dregs at this point have kind of, outpaced you guys, as they don't seem to care about the stairs because they take them, 2 or 3 at a time. Because they're big.
All stairs.
They just jump from the top.
They're not quite that
Right.
sturdy.
I have an idea, and I get out a sled. I'm gonna hit the ground at Mach 1 and die on impact,
Another corpse for the corpse pile.
as it should be.
Maybe pay us for corpses.
Is
I mean,
that
I'm pretty
what
sure he
we-
doesn't pay Rhea.
Is that what we should even be worrying about anyway?
Hmm?
What payment?
Yeah.
At around stair 20, you guys start to smell something that's awful. It doesn't quite smell like corpse smell, though. I mean, that's certainly in it, but more like pretty much everything that you can possibly think of that's wretched and about double it. And then I'll mix it together in the same bin. And that's about what the smell is.
Yeah, I'm gonna plug up my nose. Thank you.
Likewise.
It still just leaks in just a little bit, but
Yeah, fair
I mean,
enough.
it helps.
Is now the time to mention that I am still concerned by that sign on the wall that seemed to imply that he had test subjects.
These are his test subjects. Also, that sign.
What
Did that
is
seem like an old sign?
I mean, not like yesterday written, but
What did it say exactly?
It said something about don't ever give the creature or something.
It was don't step foot inside of the circle. Don't use any more test subjects on this thing. Add more defensive barriers.
to be fair, it was don't use these sorts of test subjects.
Yeah, don't use these sorts of test subjects. So don't
Mhm.
use these sorts of test subjects.
It didn't mention using
more
test
barriers.
subjects on the creature. It seemed to be the creature was like the test subject.
Ah, okay.
It was don't use this.
Don't use the Giga Curse.
Yeah.
Don't use a level 20 wizard as a test subject. They've got enough magic to get angry through death. Same with the barbarians.
Still have to play
That would
this.
actually be a cool barbarian character. I was so angry. I didn't die. He's just a freaking walking skeleton.
Or like a revenant or something.
Yeah.
Like how Leo's character in Jake's campaign doesn't remember her former life.
You're just partially undead because you were too angry to die.
So how did you get awakened? I was mad. What?
So mad, you have no idea.
I
This
woke
guy
up.
stabbed me, and he said that he was gonna kill my family. And, you know, my heart might not have been beating, but my blood was fucking pumping.
So I ripped his arms off and used them to beat him to death.
Yeah. So I stood up, I grabbed both sides of his head, and I fucking squeezed. And, you know, here we are.
Bing bang boom.
Yeah.
There we are.
For him, it was the last day of his life. For me, it was Tuesday.
Yep. So as you reach the base, I mean, the smell's already awful, but it seems to grow even worse here. And looking around, I mean, this upstairs is not exactly clean in all of its cases. This room is heavily, heavily decayed. Like, even the stone is starting to freaking break down here. It's so bad. Broken skeletons, bone dust, all sorts of other disgusting things. Mushrooms, even.
Man, time really is a bitch to all things, huh?
Yeah.
Except me.
But
No, it's the biggest
tunnel
bitch to
seems
you.
Yeah, the tunnel seems to flatten at this point and just kind of continue away from the stairway.
In time, you shall lose everything that you've ever known and loved.
It is, by the way, dark. There are no lights down here. So either someone is going to have to light a torch or you guys are going to be leading the humans.
Nah,
Cast light.
Yeah, fuck Mitchell. That was neither of the options.
It's basically lighting a torch.
Yeah, see,
Who's
there
there
come
first?
the excuses. Nice one, Theo.
Yes, wizards. You know them. Lighting torches. I have this magical thing that I can put on anything I want. Now I'm gonna put a stick with some fire on top. This will work better.
Good old fire stick. Never hurt nobody.
So, in the light, I mean, it was already bad with dark vision. It gets worse. Like, these bodies look like recently dead. Like, it's not dried blood, it's red gore.
How is it possible to tell how they've died?
It looks like animals, from what you can tell. Or at least something biting and clawing.
Clawing checks out. Biting? Not really. Eye, head, no mouth.
Okay.
I think what? You've only seen 2 corpses that this thing dealt.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you didn't find the farmer bodies.
Nope.
Yeah.
But we did also fight it.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think, because these bodies, while they're destroyed, they've like literally been torn limb from limb in certain cases, and several of them are just torsos or legs, and that's it. But just to remind you, Wosen, the diviner guy, he died via basically by getting his face scratched off and his hands scratched off, down to the point they were skeletal. But I mean, other than that, his body was still intact, more or less. So was Cook's. But, yep, the tunnel continues onward, though. You can hear the dregs kind of continuing to move. A wet slap of their feet against the stone.
We follow.
All right. Continue down the tunnels, and the decay continues.
You ever feel like you're making a terrible, terrible mistake?
I know one of us doesn't.
True.
Yeah.
Hard to fucking argue with that, I guess.
So it basically has, like, the way this place seems to be set up is the room at the bottom of the staircase was a about 20 by 30 room, with the 20 being like, oh, freaking heck. I guess the horizontal. I'm trying to think of the way to freaking phrase it. Basically, long ways from the staircase is 30 feet. Wall to wall, it's 20. I can't think of the freaking word. But it seems like it has the same room over and over again after like 60-foot hallways in between that close down to 10 feet.
Mhm.
Freaking heck, wide was the thing my mind was freaking forgetting.
All right, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Let's grab some pretzels.
So after passing about through 5, you have not caught up with the dregs. And the smell has gotten to the point where I'm going to ask you guys to make a con save.
Uh-oh.
Crazy.
Well, Mo made a con. Well, I say Mo made a con save. I don't know if Mo made a
Post
con.
con is fairly decent. Oh yeah, freaking 18. Yeah, no, Mo made the con save fine. In fact, the only one that failed the con save was Johnny.
Loser.
Strange twist of fate.
Damn. I was even gonna make a joke about vomiting through my mask.
So, Johnny, currently you're poisoned. You can remake the save every minute until it goes away.
I don't feel so good.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I'll be fine. This is just really getting to me.
Fair enough.
We think that you'd be the one most like comfortable around corpses and the awful smells associated with them.
Not in
I
this
mean,
concentration.
So another 3 rooms, and you guys finally, well, you guys, I say, really, Mo and Guve, see something that's actually up and mobile in the room ahead. Well, at least you do for a moment until it turns its head your way, and both of you are going to make a con save for me.
Ah, not another one. Why'd you get rid of my luck?
All right, now I'm gonna fucking eat shit on this one.
Unfortunate. Both of you lose dark vision. It's just all of a sudden the black and white that you could see beyond the torchlight is just gone, and you're now only able to see in the light.
This
Mhm.
is not good.
I'm going to light my lantern and turn around and start heading back.
Up
What
ahead,
happened?
the 2 of you that are not like blinking the new color out of your eyes, you see a flash of red eyes up ahead.
Get
The
ready to
reflection
fight.
of torchlight rather than like the glow of undeath.
Are we about to get into a fight?
Doesn't seem to be the friendliest of
Sword drawn.
beginnings.
It doesn't seem to be moving towards you, but it is just kind of staying still and watching you from this room.
How far out is it?
60 feet.
60 feet.
Mhm. Basically, you
Uh,
guys are about to leave the room you're in, and it seems to be at the very edge of the next.
I'm gonna hit with a hunter sense.
All right. Remind me what that gives you again. I will at some point remember, but until then.
Immediately learn whether the creature has any damage resistances or vulnerabilities and what they are. If they're hints for divination magic, I fuck myself.
All right. Oh, I mean, you've already learned one of its abilities. Dark Vision Sight. It's basically a gaze attack. If you look at if
Oh no, not abilities, vulnerabilities.
Oh, vulnerabilities. Well, I mean, that was obvious.
Yeah.
I mean,
I just had to get that out before.
Radiant damage, and it is immune to necrotic.
It's what radiant damage?
It is vulnerable to radiant damage.
All right. I will inform the rest of the party about this. I will also Slayer spray it.
Yep.
Just in case. I would say, hey, maybe we fucking turn back now.
We came all the way down here. For what exactly?
See what happened.
I don't know why I just went along with this.
Well, if the creature was here, then Cook was here. Cook may be put with the rest of the test subjects, I thought. Or, I don't know. Maybe the Watcher was subdued in some way, as crazy as that sounds. I don't know.
If they subdued the Watcher, that's bad for us. Because if they can beat the Watcher in a fight, they can beat us in a fight. Probably.
I don't know.
If they're subduing the Watcher, why would they be fighting us?
I don't know. We're trying to get to the bottom of this. I don't know.
They may have scarier goals than us, or than the Watcher.
Well, what do you guys think? Personally, I think if we're looking for Cook, we should just walk past this thing and hope it doesn't fight us.
Perhaps, but its actions haven't exactly been friendly so far.
it hasn't done anything.
It continues to draw away my ability to see in the dark.
So
Does what?
we can't see in the dark anymore.
That seems like a weirdly specific ability.
Yes, it is. Like most monsters. D&D's weird.
Mm-hmm.
What is D&D?
It's almost like its only
Shut
thing
up.
is to hunt creatures with dark vision and then make them so they're blind.
Crazy.
This is why we carry the hood lantern.
Yeah.
Easy. That and to think about throwing it at stuff and starting wildfires.
Yep. It's just kind of standing there at the end of the hallway. It's not moving towards you and it's not moving away. Just looking.
I'd be interested to know if there is a chalk circle around that room.
All right.
But I'd prefer to approach with people behind me.
Well, if we're gonna keep going, I mean, I'm already this far, and I would stick around.
Mm-hmm. In for a copper, in for a gold.
Sure.
I'll start walking forward very slowly, looking at the
Mhm.
ground.
I'm keeping the sword out, but
Yep.
trying to not hold it in a hostile way.
Yeah. As the light seems to move forward, the creature seems to move backwards away from it. Until eventually, after you guys make it within like the bright distance of the room, the creature seems to have vanished from vision. Either because it just closed its eyes or because it's hidden somewhere.
Strange.
You can see the shadowy lighting in the room. And this one at least does look different. But you don't see any creatures moving around. This one seems to be more set up like some sort of burrow nest. A bunch of clothing is kind of shoved into one of the sides in a vaguely nest-shaped thing. No, a bed-shaped thing, I suppose. There does seem to be a lot of scales in the entranceway.
Familiar looking scales, or
These ones look like they come from a larger creature. They seem to have like kind of been shorn off, or shorn, like kind of rubbed off. Like they're shed effectively. They also smell awful.
It's looking rude.
Like worse than the room already.
not continue to smell them.
Push to the room's side.
I was trying to check if there's like a chalk circle around the room.
You don't see anything.
We were in the chalk circle all along.
There's a chalk outline on the ground.
Yep. Keep in mind, you're still 20 feet from the entrance, so
Okay.
it backed away when you guys made it to that point. Moved away from the torch. Oh, torch. Wizard torch. So, push to the edge.
Push to the edge.
Yep. And you can see the room in full light now. And it is indeed a bed of some sort. In the corners that you couldn't really see all that well from the edge, you do see a quartet of these lizard-like creatures. However, they seem to be more humanoid. They're currently just laying down, though they do seem to be kind of slowly stirring in the light.
How do we know they can sing?
Hmm?
How do we know this is a quartet?
There are 4 of them.
4 of them.
You lost me.
I'm aware, Lumpy. Don't worry, you'll keep up at
That's
some.
not hard to do.
I'm eating pretzels, man.
They should not slow your processing abilities.
If eating pretzels is such a fucking brain-bending task for you, holy shit, my guy.
No, it's not brain bending. I'm just focused.
Shut up.
Is unbending.
I mean, you guys might be able to dive across the room without these things waking up if you're quick. Oh, that won't be very quiet. And you do not see that creature, by the way. Notice it was one of these lizard things, but for your very quick view, does not seem to be one of those lizard things.
I'll be honest.
This seems like a fight.
Yeah.
Now,
Also, unless we want very obvious that we are down here, I can't use my main weapon.
Then don't. Sure, it sounds harsh, but
It sounds like you guys are just waiting until they awaken fully.
I mean, Oyeko is pretty much assuming if she dives across, the noise her armor makes is going to wake it up. If other people start doing it, she'll probably join in, but she's at least not going to initiate it.
Mm-hmm.
I am concerned.
Standing at the entranceway is going to wake them up, guaranteed, as the light seems to be doing that all on its own.
Fuck it, you know what?
mean-
She will initiate it. Oyeko will try to dive across before they wake up.
Yep. If you don't care about it being loud, then you dive across with no issues. If you want to try and be quiet, though, we're gonna need a stealth.
Yeah, I mean, she's gonna try to be stealthy.
Good lord, should we follow her?
Why are these the roles I do
Pretty
well?
goddamn good stealth. Yeah, 19
The disadvantage stealth rolls. Yeah, those are the ones we nail.
Alright, now watch me not one. This will be funny. Yeah!
So as Oyeko freaking dives across in the most stealthy way a person with armor can, Guve, on the other hand, does not do anything of the sort.
I'm used to having dark vision. This is weird.
Or trip on something and the bones go clattering across the floor.
God damn, she's shattered.
Oh my
And all her flesh disappeared too.
Holy fuck.
Can't win them all.
god.
God damn, there's
Alright,
a
let me-
5% chance of that happening. What was holding them together?
Alright, let me bust open the backup character document.
Apparently everyone forgot about all the bones on the floor.
No.
Guve just died.
Give him his dead. You want me to roll my
We didn't
let me
forget,
roll the
but it
D6
is
now or
funnier
later?
This way.
She's blending in with all these bones.
Yeah, you want me to roll the 4d6 now or
Which
like
ones
after they
are,
finish the
which
combat?
ones are hers?
But yeah, now.
So you make it about halfway across the room before you rouse the creatures.
Perfect.
And I guess we have Oyeko and Mo on the opposite side, and then Johnny in the doorway getting ready to try, or maybe just deciding if he wants to, and you in the middle.
I was going to go next.
They are large, as in actually big. Oh, actually, the size category large. Some sort of lizard-like creatures. They have hands. And they do stand upright, kind of leaning over slightly.
Hmm.
They're advanced lizards.
Yeah.
Oh my god. They're on the stairs.
No.
It's now about time to say that we come in peace.
One of them at least gives you a look that seems to be confused. The other three don't seem to give a damn, and are just going to attack you guys.
Ah. Rude.
I'm just gonna mention it preemptively, Mitchell.
Mhm.
Unless I explicitly say otherwise in this fight, my attacks are non-lethal.
Okay.
There's no active combat encounter.
Yeah.
There.
There we go. Load that in. Let's check.
Serve. As I search for the initiative button.
The little fist as well.
No, I literally never had trouble finding it. There it is. It's literally right there. I'm just blind. I knew it wasn't anywhere crazy. Losing my damn mind.
Alright, these things don't have anything special. Oh, yeah, I know. I'm just going to have to roll it and then change it on the fly. Okay. So, they are still waking up. And... Right, I'm just going to have to change their initiative rating.
So are these undead looking things?
They look alive to you. Their eyes aren't glowing, for one. They just seem to be these weird, giant, humanoid lizard things. Think, like, large lizard-born... Lizard-born, freaking hell. Large lizard folk. But these
fucking
ones
troll,
kind of
right?
more, like, melty scales rather than the kind of hard green.
Hmm.
That they're kind of more light. Yeah. They're kind of like whitish rather than greenish in the light.
Multi-scale drifting.
Yep. The confused one does at least attempt to speak in your direction, though. But it just comes out as kind of, well, growling and roaring rather than anything that you understand.
No, they seem like, or at least that one seems like it's not hostile.
Yes.
Let's not kill them.
No.
Any
You
of
do
them.
get an opportunity, by the way, to fight or flight mode.
Um,
Fight, power word kill.
can't do that.
Yeah.
Fight, power word kill.
Can't do attacks or offensive spells.
I don't think there's really. I could go invisible. Fuck it. Nah, I'm not actually gonna take anything for fight or flight. I'll take the dodge action for fight or flight.
Okay. Then Johnny.
Hmm.
You're up first.
So, let me get this straight. One of them sort of seemed like it was trying to talk to Mo. Is that what was going on?
Yeah, probably. I mean, it growled and gestured at Mo.
Oh, what kind of gesture?
It actually gave him the middle finger.
They don't really have a middle finger.
The Arathian hello.
Yeah, because they have 4 fingers. One is a little bit long, but what a weird design for their hand. Yeah. Because it's like, well, they only have four fingers with, of course, the. Well,
I mean,
the one closest to their body is the thumb.
Most bones.
The remaining 3, the middle one is a little bit longer than the others and has a much larger bit of claw, which the 2 around it are more normal size for them.
Most
the same
of the bones in Johnny's body say kill right now. But also, Johnny doesn't want to create a racket.
But the gesture it made was kind of just a reaching out.
So,
Yeah.
touching me.
Touching you,
Palm down, hand kind of curled around.
sweet Caroline.
I didn't hear you.
Like, I guess kind of how you'd hold a bowling ball type of thing was the way its hand was set up. Kind of pointed in your direction, though, as it was saying stuff.
It wants to bowl you.
Saying stuff. But the other 3 don't seem to share the same tendency to talk first and ask questions later. They just want to chew on things.
Yeah, so do I. You don't see me acting on it.
Regal in his fucking plastic.
Regal in his plastic, Leo in his bottle caps.
Which is also plastic.
Yeah, no, that's why I try to, anytime it's possible, I try to assemble both of them on my trivia team so I can have Team Plastic Eater. Team Plastic Eater has a 100% win rate, by the way. They've never lost.
It's all the plastic.
Honestly, probably.
So, attacking, not attacking.
Like, so for now, hands kind of out, like whoa, 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 whoa. And I'm gonna back up a half step, but I'm holding my action to attack if they make an aggressive move.
Okay. There you go.
I'm just gonna stand in between Mo and them, and then just take the dodge action.
Okay. Move A.
How far to the other side of the room?
Room's 30 feet, so 15 feet.
I'm going to move to where fucking Oyeko and Mo are. I'm going to ready in action to attack if I'm attacked.
Right.
Or if we are attacked. Let me rephrase it like that.
Mm-hmm. And Mo.
Another dodge action.
Yep. On their action, the 3 that are, like, not seemingly bothering to talk to you guys step forward and just kind of, like, well, you know the things dogs do when they're just kind of like, get out of my territory?
Yeah.
They effectively do that, snarling and kind of clawing the air in your direction for the 3 of you that have already passed through, and at least 1 in the direction of Johnny, but they're not actively attacking you. It does seem to be more overtures of, get out of our house. That's all they're going to do.
Alright, Johnny, come over here slowly, and then we're gonna go and...
I don't know if they're gonna let him cross.
Well, are we just gonna turn around then? Is that the plan? Just be like, okay, the lizards don't want us here.
Well, then we aren't going to be able to cross.
Yeah, they're kind of in the way of backing out at this point. Well,
Well, hand might be forced.
Maybe not. Use
Anytime Johnny mentions having to commit violence, it's like, maybe we can find another way around this one, maybe.
Oh no! Violence.
carry any food on you.
You're not.
Yes. That's
Giving up some of it. Only the meaty portions.
yeah. Well, so without sort of turning away,
Takes it out and starts eating it.
I start.
Takes it out and just starts eating a raw steak right in front of them.
Wow, so yummy. I'll lick all of my fingers.
So good and tasty.
Delicious, man.
They just decide, it's like, all right, we're killing that one.
We're really missing
The rest
out.
are just like, yeah, no, he deserves it. Get him.
Yeah,
how to get eaten by animals 101.
haunt them.
Bring food out. Stand in front of the animal. Taunt them with the food. Wait for results in about 10 to 15 seconds.
With the ultimate, which is they see that he carries food and give him immediately.
So, yeah, so without turning away, slowly reaching into my pack, pulling out some rations. The meaty part, I'm not going to hand feed them, but I'm going to sort of toss it down in front of them and then give them space to pick it up if they want.
So I'm guessing the three of you are just going to wait and see what they do.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. The one that was reaching out just kind of looks at the other three and just steps forward and picks it up, gives it a sniff, and pops it in its mouth, chews it around for a bit. And then it throws a glance at you, Johnny, that seems to be equal parts, I don't trust you, in equal parts, yeah, that was okay. And then kind of steps out of the way. The other three don't seem happy about this turn of events, but they follow his lead.
I'll bring out more meaty bits to share with the rest of the class.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just deduct the number of rations you're spending.
So for them,
But you are able to pass through.
and then with them chewing, I'm gonna make my way to the rest of the gang.
Mm-hmm. As a note, Mo,
Yeah.
now that you kind of had a chance to kind of look at them eating and whatnot, you're reasonably sure these things are troglodytes, but they're like way bigger than any troglodyte you've ever seen. Like, they get big, but these things are like massive in comparison. Like, normal troglodytes are like lizard folk size, so like between 6 to 7 feet, and these things are well into 9.
Big lads.
Mm-hmm.
Am I used to seeing troglodytes Of this size or any size?
No. Troglodytes live underground. You don't have much opportunity to go underground. If you were a gnome or goblin from Sinquil, you probably would know about them. But they're fairly rare in the old world.
I've never seen a creature like that before.
These creatures appear to be some sort of big troglodyte. Unlike the little troglodytes.
These ones are big.
Ah, they're an entirely different subspecies. How do you say, Doctor? I mean, they're bigger.
Yes. That's how that works, funnily enough.
Yep. So, yep. At that point, 3 of them do kind of grumble and go back to their corners. The 4th, the one that was apparently trying to communicate, does apparently stay up and just kind of sits in the center of the room, watching you guys.
I would try to communicate with them, but I do not know their language.
I don't either.
As a fun fact, troglodytes don't actually speak Draconic.
What do they speak?
Troglodyte.
Troglodyte.
They actually have
Fair.
their language.
Damn. Hard to argue with that, I guess.
Yeah. I think if I remember correctly, in like normal D&D lore, troglodytes actually were part of a like much older like nation, like kind of proto before the Drow, effectively, in the Underdark. And then it kind of fell apart. So now they just kind of move around in little clans or tribes at best. They used to be cool. They're no longer cool. Now they're basically just monsters. Mm-hmm.
That's a shame.
They used to be sick with it. Now they're just sick.
Do we know what happens to their civilization, or is it left mysterious?
I don't remember what exactly happened to it. Probably the usual. Their god probably pissed off another god, and then the god went no. Because that seems to be the case for lots of the races. Yeah. Also possibly mind flayers. Or aboleths. But I don't remember. It's been too long since I've read about that.
You wouldn't have happened to have seen an eyeball creature pass this way.
It just throws an angry glare in your direction.
Alright. Yeah.
As a note, their story is a little different on Methrim.
See you later, then.
Every other race, it's different. AK, no one really knows what's the deal with troglodytes. Because they're very rare. No one's gone looking for them to ask.
Troglodytes or doglodytes?
In some ways, like lizard folk. No one's really asked how the lizard folk showed up. They just noticed at some point one day, the swamp had lizard people coming out of it. No one's just like, well, I guess that's happening now.
Swamp's got lizards. What? Swamp's got lizards.
Yeah. They're tall. They wield bones. They kind of hurt. So,
Relentless.
continuing onward, you guys continue passing through just a couple more rooms before you reach a metal door.
I believe this is someone else's job.
Alright, well. Is it locked? I mean,
Trying it, it doesn't seem to be.
Guess I'll try to open it.
It's just big and heavy. But with your strength, and especially if you call in Johnny, you're able to get it open. It does, unfortunately, shriek as it starts to open.
Oh
But
my god, there's a man in this door. He's shrieking.
Are you okay? Sir? Shriek if you're okay.
Oh good, seems like he's okay.
Make it stop! Help me! Oh, he's good, he's good.
I probably did create a magical door at some point that just insulted you over and over again. That was its entire purpose, was to stand there blocking a path and just insult you. There wasn't even anything behind it.
Your bedside table's gay. What?
I think they actually, if I remember correctly, burned the door to get through it down a pit.
A magical door that feels pain when it's opened.
was
Whose idea was this?
Please don't open me. But there's got to be something good. Please don't open me.
Ow! Ow! Like a public restroom. No.
The opposite of the doors from the Hitchhiker's Guide.
Do they like moan sensually when they get opened or something?
Yes.
I hate that.
As do I.
We have so much in common.
We're finally all in agreement.
Are you free after D&D?
Inside,
To sleep after.
Oh. Do you want
the
company?
room seems to be a very large one. Even with dark vision, you guys can't see the other side of it.
Hmm.
Is our dark vision back now?
Yeah, it's returned at this point.
Turn off my lantern.
I can't see.
Near the door, you guys can see that there's, well, a bunch of little enclaves. Enclaves? I don't know what the heck you call them. They're like catacomb bits. Yeah, I guess.
Or enclaves? Enclaves very different though.
Yeah. The like catacomb, like little dug out area for corpses.
Oh, like the fucking the corpse shelves.
Yeah, I don't remember if those have a special name, but yeah, the corpse shelves. Yep. But the walls are filled with those. In the middle of the room, where of course there are no walls, they just have like metal tables that have more of those. Everything seems to have at least some form of blood on it, whether red or ichor or some lizard-like bluish or green or etc. But there's some on just about everything, even if it's just a little bit.
I don't know if I've mentioned this enough times, but I really don't like this place.
I don't think you could mention it any more times.
Mm-hmm. And by the way, with the exception of the tables in the middle of the room, just about every single one of those corpse shelves are full of a skeleton. They're not moving, but they are full.
How many steps do you think we need taken here before we get jumped?
Probably
Well,
not
if we
many.
tread carefully, hopefully we won't have any trouble.
We tread carefully. I don't know, maybe like 5.
If everything works out perfectly, we'll be okay.
Everything did not work out perfectly.
How do you know?
Because I've been in fucking Mitchell campaigns, hello?
Tombs
Never
full of corpse
skeletons
shelves are notoriously
campaign session combat one.
That's just any Mitchell session. I mean, if there's a combat session 1, which there will be, it makes me nervous.
Come
Because
on,
I
you
have a track
combat
record.
Session 1. It's like a requirement.
Yeah. That's why I'm always nervous.
Leo
Just 'cause
starts.
dice
It's
hate you,
actually
you're
it's
fine.
like really hard to have a session one without combat, I'd say.
Leo
Yeah.
starts with a murder
Because
mystery.
usually people don't have the like that good of an idea of their character. Or well, they have a good idea, but it's hard to like play it out.
Yeah.
And so it's like
Yeah.
It's a
kinda
good way to
tough.
get your feet wet.
Usually, I start with like an outline of a character, and then as the game goes on, they get sort of more filled in.
Yeah, because that's how you should build characters. But yep, you guys are standing at the entrance.
I suppose I'll start to walk in.
I will follow shortly behind.
Mm-hmm. And as you probably feared, yeah, all the skeletons in in the little shelves do in fact turn their heads, their various glowing red and purple eyes just staring at you. However, they do not crawl out of said shelves. They are simply looking for now.
Howdy, folks. Don't mind us.
We're going to attack.
If they were to attack, then they would be doing that now. The instructions they're given tend not to be very complex. Maybe this is how they look when they're awaiting orders, maybe? Skeletons, touch your noses, or where they were.
Yeah, none of them move.
And the skeletons rush Johnny, killing him instantaneously.
If some jackass comes down here and attempts to give you a command, rip him apart.
Yeah. If someone who isn't me tries to give you orders, kick his shit. Kick it good.
Exploring into the room, you find more of the room. It seems like they just have tons and tons of skeletons.
Good lord.
And you did apparently catch up to those dregs, as you do hear their movement kind of deeper in.
Hmm.
I mean, this is why we came down here, right?
Yes.
So, as you move in deeper, some of the central area are, well, the tables weren't entirely empty. They did have little bits beyond just the blood for the first few, but as you get deeper in, they seem to get more active use as corpses or bits of corpses lie on them. Those corpses in particular don't seem to be animated, as they do not move. Either that or they're playing dead. Until eventually you do catch up with the dregs, who seem to be in the process of packing the troll corpse into one of the holes. But seeing as these holes were built for more human-sized creatures, it's not going very well. Well, it's not going well for the corpse at any rate.
Packing the troll corpse into a wood chipper.
I mean,
Dead?
I'm not helping.
Oh, we're not dead. That's nice.
No, we're
Yep.
dead.
Oh, okay.
We just haven't. We're sort of still in shock.
They haven't
I'm
started.
not very shocked, honestly.
I mean, we kind of had it coming, but it's still sort of sinking.
I mean, you definitely did.
I mean,
Yeah.
The rest of us are just
sort of
unfortunate
killed me.
collateral.
I sort of earned it for sure, and you guys are real guilty by association.
Yeah. The room itself, by the way, following the dregs led into kind of one of the corners. But as you were kind of passing through, your dark vision did at least spot that the room does kind of. It seems to be either T or I shaped. So you guys are at the top of the T.
Mm.
But there is a central hallway that leads kind of away from this top area. Near the dregs, there are a couple of just full-blown coffins rather than Or not coffins. Coffins would be the wooden ones. Sarcophagi are the things I'm thinking of.
Mm. Like ornate, or is that what you mean?
Stone.
Somewhat ornate. I mean, they at least have carvings. They're not just blank stone. But
Sarcophagus can be made of stone.
Yeah.
every time I think of sarcophagi, I think stone, not wood. Coffins are wood.
Yeah.
At least that's how I always think of it.
Yeah. When I hear the word coffin, I think like Victorian.
I thought sarcophagi had like specifically Egypt though.
I thought so.
I don't think so.
But
At least they haven't been used that way, like universally.
I think it's a more universal word that gets used frequently.
Yeah.
About
I think
Egyptians.
that's kind of probably where it was coined, was Egypt.
Sarcophagus is a box-like funeral receptacle for a corpse, most commonly carved in stone, usually displayed above ground.
Hmm.
It was from the Greek. Sarcophagus means flesh eating. Ugh. The fuck? Why?
Huh.
So,
And it's typically associated with Rome, Greece, and Egypt.
Yep, there's a pair of them near the dregs that fill the center of the room rather than the middle tables.
The casket specifically. Casket's just a coffin.
Well, I guess for when I'm running things, sarcophagi is usually a big stone receptacle.
Oh, a
Coffins.
casket's rectangular. Coffins are tapered. Okay.
That's good to know.
I didn't know that.
Caskets are the thing at like the fucking.
Mm-hmm.
God, what the hell is it when you fucking go look at the corpse and it's like, this sure is sad.
I guess it depends on
Awake.
what it is. Awake.
Awake.
is
Yeah.
one of them, yeah.
You go look at a corpse and go, "Yep, sure is sad."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't been one for a while. That's all I remember about it.
But,
Yeah.
yep. So, what is plan? Go poke dead things.
Yeah, look around.
Yes, sir.
Uyeko is not touching
Sir,
anything
yes,
in this
sir.
room, actually.
Keep in mind, there is the other hallway you guys are at. Like,
Not gonna touch anything, not even the floor.
you've run out of hallway.
My shoes can touch the floor.
Oyeko and Johnny are actually hovering.
I'm going to be poking things, but only with a stick,
I'm using my katana as a pogo stick.
as is the law of the land.
Katana would be so sad.
Yeah, no, I'd never do that.
Also, katanas are like, oh, they aren't very curved. They are curved, which is gonna make that way more difficult.
Mhm.
They also don't have any spring to them, really, because katanas are very stiff swords.
Yeah, it's just gonna be.
They aren't like spring steel.
Eventually,
or
freaking
anything.
probably
It's
snap.
gonna rely more on your forcing upwards, pushing down than any input by the katana. Katana.
Forcing upwards, pushing downs, and input by the katana.
Theo's just talking
English
about
fucking
something
sucks.
completely different.
I fucking hate English. This sucks. This language is shit.
Well, it's only as crap as all the languages that stole everything else from.
And every language fucking sucks. Which means by default,
language.
because English has stolen goddamn everything from every other language, English sucks the most. The only thing English hasn't stolen from is like the Eastern languages.
Yeah.
That's it.
Because they're weird.
Basque.
That's just because they don't use the fucking Latin alphabet.
Use weird word letters.
Yeah, just pronunciation is weird too. But
For instance, Worcestershire sauce.
mhm.
Worst fucking word in existence.
I mean, we have a city called Worcester that's spelled as Worcester.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no,
Should stop.
And it should stay that way.
nah. Freaking Massachusetts naming is
Lit.
bizarre as far as pronunciation goes. It is almost like someone just flipped a coin. We're like, all right, are we actually pronouncing this the way it's spelled, or are we just going some other way?
My guy, I live in Illinois.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, so am I.
Or all the towns named Oakvale.
Usually.
Welcome to Oakton.
Yeah.
Well, probably like half of the towns in Illinois can be a type of tree followed by some other shit. Which is also, funnily enough, is most of the fucking roads. Was I supposed to turn on Oakwood Drive or Oak Lane? Or, oh, gosh.
That must be so freaking confusing. God damn.
I'm gonna be right back. I want to refill my water.
Mm.
No, I forgot I need to turn on one of the 83 separate Willow Streets.
Now we got
Rage.
plenty of those here too.
Yeah, I can believe that one. That one's fucking.
Yeah. I know there's even a couple of Meadow Streets somewhere around here. I know because my sister gets excited about it because that's her name. But well, it's the same thing. Whenever Morgan here goes and finds a street, that's Morgan. She gets excited. But
I think we asked how many streets named Payton around here?
no.
Or anywhere, I assume.
No, don't worry. Mine is very rare as well.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when you go to those gas station kiosks and find like the names,
Mhm.
I don't think I've ever found my name.
Fucking
I can
tell me
imagine
about
Peyton
it.
probably has never been found either.
Not only do I not find my name, I usually came to find something similar to my name.
You have the easiest names to find. Along with Jake.
Me and Jake just chilling.
Theo I could see appearing. I don't know how common it would be, but
I've never seen like Theo Street.
yeah,
But
no. I can't see a Theo.
There's been like you know, the
Theodore Street.
Theodore Street. Well, I don't know if I've actually seen a Theodore Street. I've
mean, we
seen like Roosevelt Street.
Yeah, we have to have some freaking streets somewhere. So you had 2 Theodores. 2? No. Well, we had at least 1. But
You wouldn't steal a car. Wouldn't steal a crawfish.
I still love the one is you wouldn't download a house. I mean, if I could
I
download
would.
a house,
I literally would, though. It'd be sick.
you just come home. Where the hell is my house? Some guy walking away with thumb drive. But are you messing with the dregs or the coffins? The sarcophagi, or are you just continuing heading down the big hallway instead?
I'm gonna switch 2 of them.
Switch to what?
Bodies. No, I'm kidding. If I
I mean,
put
the skeletons who are
It's
active.
I'll check out the sarcophagi.
I just don't.
I'm not gonna
it's
open
really
them, just wanna
interesting
look at
at
them.
the edge unless you want to go poke bodies. So.
No, I'm fine.
The sarcophagi do in fact have some ornamentation, a little bit of carving on the top. They're 2. They're side by side by about like 10 feet apart. The left one seems to have the visage of a knight on the cover, though it's very, very like simple. You can really only tell it's a knight because of the sword, but otherwise it's just kind of a blocky helmet with a somewhat like rounded set of armor, and then of course the sword itself. The opposite one seems to be a more cloaked figure. It's hard to tell much more than that. Like even what gender the person is supposed to be is like hard to tell because their features are very, very like fuzzed. like someone did not carve them well, or time has really, really degraded this person's face.
All right. So now I do the funny thing where I open up sarcophagi and I'm just going to die.
I use the help action.
I'm going to get sucked into the sarcophagi and never fucking seen again.
Well, which one?
Do the thing where the lid cracks open and the burp sound effect and my hat comes flying out. We'll do the one. Not the fucking... We'll do the one that, like, time is a bitch, too.
Okay. Yeah. I guess between you and Mo, you're able to slowly push it off. Which, of course, is the standard stone grinding against stone.
Yeah. I'm not going to try and push it all the way off. I'm just going to, like, try and get to the point where I can look inside.
Yep. And inside, well, you see the glowing red eye of an undead creature. In fact, you see it almost immediately upon making any sort of crack at all.
Oh, fuck.
And a couple of fingers immediately start to scrabble at the edge of the crack, attempting to widen it.
Are you cognizant?
It starts to breathe heavily, almost excited. Open the coffin. Please. Let me out.
I turn and look at Mo, and I nod, and I go around to the other side and I start closing it.
No.
I'm not... Actually, no. Before that, I will... God, is there, like, any way to try and figure out whether or not opening this thing is going to lead to this thing trying to fucking tear my skull out?
Unfortunately, you don't have the vampire power of ask the DM if this is a bad idea.
Yeah. What if I did, though? What would the DM answer?
I don't know. You don't have that power.
Here, let me, Yeah, this is a terrible fucking idea. I'm gonna go ahead and close this back up.
Your mind.
We're fucking done
What's
here.
The worst that can happen? Insight check. Mind, you're freaking lying to me. I know what's the worst that can happen.
What's the worst that can happen? 23 on insight? Oh, if only you knew how bad things truly were. Yeah, we're gonna close this bitch back up.
Yep. It lets out a howl.
Yeah.
But
sorry about this, but I am not dying like this.
Yep. And
That's not how I go out.
It falls silent. Either that or the coffin is under some sort of silence enchantment. As you do not hear anything. No scrabbling, no yelling, no nothing. And it's not that, like, thick stone, so... So...
It's strange and slightly disturbing.
Only slightly?
Looks around the room. I mean, this is pretty low on the list.
There's a lot.
Yeah, the rest of them aren't screaming at us to let them out, though.
Well, yeah, because they don't need help getting it. There's nothing blocking them. They can step out anytime they feel so inclined. Like, bodies aren't in coffins or anything. They're just laying on the shelf. If the skeletons wanted to, they could get up and freaking charge you guys anytime they felt so. Well, they felt like it, but so far they haven't felt like it.
Sorry about the disturbance, gentlemen. And ladies, I assume.
One of the dregs does kind of look over at you and actually makes a gesture of just kind of holding up a finger in front of its face in the almost universal sign of quiet before making a particularly freaking juicy of shoving some other piece of the troll into the slot.
Yeah, hit with a thumbs up and nothing else.
Yep. So, moving on. We're gonna take a peek in the other coffin while you're here.
I mean, I'm not peeking in any coffin.
I feel like we've established it.
Maybe there's a float.
You know what, you're right.
Yeah, fuck it. Sure.
Gonna try and push off the night coffin too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Except this time instead of fingers, there's gonna be a knife fucking coming out.
Yep. You push it open enough to get a small view in, and this time you're also greeted with an eye. However, rather than the scrabbling fingers, it's gonna make you make a wisdom save. Well, no, it's gonna make you make a charisma save. That makes more sense in this context.
Even better for me. It would not have mattered.
Yep. And all of a sudden, you feel yourself stop pushing the coffin. Or the sarcophagus lid open. And then the quiet voice just kind of leaks out. Open it. And your hands just kind of reach for the lid again and continue pushing.
Are we here for
Mo's
this?
gonna start trying to push in the other direction.
Does this obviously look like Uwe just like stopped being himself for a second here?
I mean, she kind of stopped, looked into the coffin. You guys heard something like whisper, but you couldn't catch it. It was that quiet. Mo caught it, but that's because Mo was like right there.
And I see Mo start to immediately push the other direction.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try to grab Uwe and pull her away from the coffin.
What is opposed to grapple? It's what? Athletics versus athletics or acrobatics, if you're trying?
Acrobatics. Yep.
All right. Ube, could you pick whichever one you're better at and attempt to resist?
It's exactly the same.
It doesn't even matter. Tired or not, Oyeko goes, I'm bigger than you. Frick you. Just
It turns out
away from the lid.
it's exactly the same because I have a good dexterity, but I also don't have proficiency.
Yeah. So you attempt to freaking force yourself to keep pushing the lid, but the moment you break eye contact, the spell is broken.
And I scramble to the other side and start shoving it closed.
Yep. You do hear something on the inside scratching at the lid. The kind
Nope. Back in the box.
claws against stone, and the frustrated growl from inside, but not nearly the overdramatic other creature.
Next time, cast Mass Command, dumbass.
He said,
Okay,
open
will save.
it.
Huh?
But yeah, lid is closed. At this point, after messing around with the coffins, because it is you and Mo trying to push them open and closed, it does take you a little while. The dregs at this point have finished with their work and are starting to leave this area.
Back the way they came, or
I mean, away from you guys. They walk out of dark vision range unless you follow them. So
oh, I'm gonna follow.
they're going to turn down the hallway and walk that direction rather than back the way they came.
Sorry, but did you say a different direction this time?
Yeah,
Stick with it.
this room is like shaped like probably like a T. At least as far as you can tell, it's shaped like a T. There might be another hallway at the other end. They're walking basically through that center area because you guys are in the top area. Yep. Walking down the hallway. You see lots more of the same. Though the roof that was, I mean, it was pretty tall already. It was at like 20 feet up. An impressive room. This rises up to, well, outside of your light range at the very least, but only by a small margin. You can still see a very, very small amount in the very fading shadows. So it's about 50 feet. You guys with dark vision can see it fine. And up above, you can see some cages built into the ceiling. Which, once in a while, when you kind of are walking underneath them, they rattle. Whatever creature is, well, hiding in them. There are kind of glowing eyes from above, just staring down at you, rattling at their restraints.
I would like us to keep in mind that we have not seen that creature that took away our vision. It'd be best to be wary in case it rears its ugly head.
I mean, you don't know how ugly its head is. You only got a glance.
It's ugly enough to take away my vision.
Who are you responding to?
You good, bro?
Don't worry about it.
Okay, you know what? I'm not going to worry about it.
Yeah. My wolf god chats now and then.
Johnny was supposed to be the God-fearing one. You should. Yeah. This is the one God you should fear. The rest of the little bitches.
This god's fine.
Yep.
No.
At this point, I've completely lost track of which god we're talking about.
So, yep. The dregs just kind of keep marching on. This room does seem to be a lot more sparsely populated than the room you were just in. As only about 1 in 10 or so of those shelves are filled with a corpse. Though these ones do seem to be at least a little more, well, cared about. Their shelves are more nicely decorated. They even have a few coins laying in some of them. Or other mementos. Very old, rusted weapons and small pieces of jewelry or, well, stuff like silver cups and that sort of stuff. And after walking down this big, long hallway for about... Sorry, I'm just responding quick to someone. The hallway finally peters out into a big, humongous stairway. Like, these hallways are about 60 feet across, and the stairway fills the entire thing.
Mm.
It does seem to, like, shrink a little bit as you go up, but with dark vision, you can't see the top of it. And the dragon just start walking up it.
So shall we?
Yeah.
Yep. Behind you guys, as you walk up the stair, right as about dark vision is about to, like, be out of range from the bottom stair, you all hear a little bit faintly, but still definitely loud enough that you catch the words. Thank you for your stay. And turning around to glance, well, Gouvet and Mo, you catch the sight of the creature again, which immediately attempts to knock out your dark vision.
As a...
Yeah, it's a con save. No. No. Gouvet's fine.
yeah, don't mention it.
Yeah. So you see the creature now in full because you resisted its attempt to knock out your vision.
I am impervious to your attacks.
You're just too strong, Johnny.
I can't see at all.
He
Joke's
can't
on
disarm
you.
me. I don't even have arms.
Joke's on you, dumb monster. I already can't see. Your attacks are powerless.
The creature itself seems to be.
Theo.
Do you remember what the Night Watcher looks like from 3.5?
No, I don't.
It's
Not
a
really, but I can look it up real fast.
yeah. I don't remember if it's Night Walker, Night Watcher, or something. like that.
Nightwalker, presumably.
Yeah. It's a tall black humanoid
Oh,
made
mhm,
out of shadow
Oh, I remember these.
with big, huge claws and
You
like
should
horns
really
on his
save
head.
this guy for Thursday.
This guy has actual eyes rather than just kind of the white. But yeah, that's effectively what it's shaped like and looks like.
My God.
does it appear to be hostile?
I mean, it's smiling at you, but
Oh, he's
that
friendly.
just shows off the incisors in its teeth, which seem to be a little bit too big for, well, someone trying to be nice. But I mean, doesn't seem to be actively hostile. To be fair, it might just be a natural cause of what it can do, like a Medusa.
Yeah. It's like where it's not knocking it out because it's wanting to, just because it does that.
Though, to be fair, it is waiting until you're basically at the edge of your dark vision range just so it can vanish into darkness if you fail. So,
Yeah, but that's just, I feel like that's just them doing it because it's funny.
Yeah.
Because I do that exact same shit.
yep.
Thanks for having us.
It just kind of bows and then fades back into darkness. Yeah, it looks a lot like that.
They were
Should
nice.
really be saving all the black dudes for Thursday. What the fuck?
Theo, I see the thing Lumpy just posted, and I think of something else entirely.
Is
Yeah. Okay. I'm not crazy.
It's not
Right.
the same thing, but
Yeah. It's not the same picture, but
that character from Ben 10?
no.
I honestly don't even know if we're thinking about the same thing. I just
There was something
of-
from Time Cops.
yeah, the Shadow of the Hedgehogs.
Yeah. No. The other ones. The other ones.
Yeah.
There were the Shadow of the Hedgehogs, and there
Of
were
course.
the other ones that had a
That's the
picture
thing.
similar to that.
The Shadow of the Hedgehogs.
No, the Shadow of the Hedgehogs were nuts. They had like plus like 15s to stealth and would do
Not-
like 8d6 damage or something ridiculous.
Not the Shadow of the Hedgehogs, but the other ones. The snails, of course.
Yeah, the main difference between this creature and that creature is that its eyes are more red than just kind of the white or blue. Other than that, yeah, it just kind of fades back out of your vision.
They seemed polite.
Yeah, I mean, they were not hostile, which is nice.
Yeah.
Had, not just one big eyeball.
Nope.
True.
Yeah, that too.
Two small ones. A reassuring sight.
And it had like an actual head.
Yes.
Yep.
Better than no head. Unless it's
Yeah,
attacking
yeah.
us, in which case no head might be beneficial.
That's true.
Or frustrating.
Hmm?
So really, it's just a 50-50 on whether or not no head's better.
As zombie attacks you, it lacks a head. The only way to
So,
do it is to destroy the head. Oh,
so no head.
Snap.
so yep. You guys walk up the stairs, which goes for about the same as the stairs down. At least feels about that much. And coming up, you guys come back out into the main hallway.
That was a.
Burp.
That
Main
was really
hallway, as in,
unnecessary
like-
and a little.
The main
trouble.
entry hall.
Oh, okay.
And as you kind of look back, because you don't remember these stairs being here. Like, there were a couple stairs down, but all the ones down seem to lead into labs. There is no stairs. There is only wall.
Hmm.
There may be more passages like this.
Oh, goody.
I mean,
I'm
as a
gonna trust
reminder
the
of what
wall.
this place was. The wall is a wall. You can make an intelligence save to remember that it was not a wall. Yep. So you disbelieve, and the illusion fades back into stairwell. Well, stairway down. Of course, the other three just see it as wall.
Yakko's not really worried about disproving illusion magic
Mm-hmm.
in a
Let's see if I
shocking
can
twist.
recognize
Not her
that.
style.
That's wrong and fucked.
See if I can help him
That's unfortunate.
by walking through it.
Unfortunately, I think the only thing that does is allow you another chance to save. But at this point, Belfos kind of steps downstairs from where your room was, you think. He looks
Howdy.
vaguely surprised. Oh, this is where you are. You wanted to talk with Spinel, yes? It is time.
Perfect.
Let's not keep him waiting then.
When you guys went down, by the way, it was about maybe 12 at the very latest. Sun's still very firmly in the sky. You did not spend like 6 or 7 hours downstairs.
Must have decided to talk to us earlier.
Yakko just bites her lip.
But that is where we're going to end tonight because it's 11:30 or 11:13. I want to let Lumpy go to sleep.
After last night, I'm not sure.
I never sleep.
Well, do it
Third eye
now.
is open.
You're being ordered to do the sleep.
Reverses into a teenager again.
I'll never sleep again. Not after what you did to me.
No, you're being ordered to sleep. Go.
By whom? On what authority?
By me.
Let me see your
Hey,
badge.
Lumpy.
You
Yeah?
don't need a badge.
I love the beep beep. But yeah, I am really starting to feel it.
Yes.
I should sleep.
Go.
All that just to back down immediately.
All right. Good night, guys.
Good night, sleep loose.
night.
Lock and don't
Good night.
die.
Time to end the recording.
Also, time to end the recording as I too plan to go to sleep.